Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Nat 13 Sidekicks.
Nat 13 Sidekicks!
This is the ongoing story of a bunch of teenage superheroes learning how to save the world, kick some ass, and pass that math class.
And come back to life
and come back to life. I'm your Dungeon Master, August Schmid. As always here at the Nat 13, we have our wonderful teenage sidekicks. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. I guess I'm this camera today.
You're this camera? Oh yeah, you're so used to like...
Sorry, guys.
Welcome to the other couch.
And welcoming back, again, pivotal member of the sidekicks, Eaglet is back. Oh man, but what a crazy last session. From the pool party where a enraged supervillain named Eel attacked to the cheer competition, taking down this unknown alien assassin. All of this going on with, of course, the biggest reveal possible, that Carl speaks alien languages and didn't tell Cabaret. What a wild thing. Also, Toast Boy climbed out of a gutter and killed a supervillain.
As he's wont to do.
As is wont to do. That's normal. But let's talk about Carl for a second. No. As this all happened, though, Velocity helped immediately take down Toast Boy. As all of you... I don't think we talked about this enough. All of you were at either 0 or 1. And only with some clutch nat 20s on key members' parts to get back up with 1 hit point and help with these checks. You do have inspiration from that. Yes, we have... You two have inspiration, the other couch does not. For now.
I gave... Oh, I don't
Wait, do
remember
I
what I used it for, but...
No, you used it.
I don't either.
I keep track of these.
Everybody used it, but we earned it back.
They earned it back with the nat 20s to come back to life was the key. Putting Toast Boy into you immediately, of course, getting Vanish to show up. She enacted something called the Lazarus Protocol. Toast Boy put into a prison cell in the pyramid, and of course that good point of order, you notice it's not like a true prison, but they seem like very individualistic cells made for a variety of people. We are going to then come back as you all are at then the Glade, as Vanish has kind of like given you this. I will give everyone the benefits of a long rest now, which I know everyone was want to have for the last session. A bunch of people sitting there at about 1 or 2. As you are all getting this long rest, a lot has happened. What I will ask is, in this moment, with the 4 of you, is there anything people would do before clocking out for the night? We'll go around, since I think everyone has it, we'll just start with Black.
I want to check up on the stuff that I was looking up before. It was in the process of searching it up on the computer while I searched it up, then went off to go do stuff. And
yes, you were in that process as Forever Man, Evan Wayne is the hero's name, had just gotten some availability to be able to talk to you, as well as some of the stuff you've learned about your background. With whatever mystery involves your origin, you only really know that in the area you have flashes of, this heavy jungle, probably South American area, no one is currently searching in a paleontologist or archaeological sense there. It is commissioned. Like, people are commissioning individuals to go search down there and stuff. And so that might help really narrow down some search effort into saying, okay, good, I know what to look for.
Because I did that on the computer. I was searching for, like, the company that would be sending out those commissions and stuff, and I was looking that up, and then you said it would take a couple of hours.
Take a couple hours. So you can take those couple of hours before. Psyche, you are sitting now at home. What would you like to do before checking out?
I am going to take Toast Boy's eye that I still have. I didn't really know what I was gonna do with it. But I don't know if I'm comfortable wearing it around anymore.
For sure.
Now that, and I'll maybe like turn it over in my hands
I
and
don't
stuff.
like that you turn the lights red.
I love that I turned the lights red, actually.
Love
Sorry, I was getting the, under the jacket. That's why I'm like, oh no, the lights. You're good. It was just that, like, perfectly covering one of them, so I was like, oh. No. With Toast Boy's eye, I actually will say, in this moment, Toast Boy, will you make me a Arcana check? Yeah.
Believe it or not, I don't have a plus to that. That's a 13.
A 13.
A nat 13.
Nat 13. Beats a DC, not hard. Toast Boy, in this jail cell, as you might think of it, a part of you, it's the strangest feeling where you feel that, like, odd perception of reality, but as you, like, blink, it's like, is there something in my eye? No, it's just that, like, weird clamshell thing lodged in there. No, I can see pretty well. You feel, though, another perception of an area that is not here. For whatever reason, you can't see it, but you know it's there. As Psyche, looking at this eye sparks a little bit, as if trying to come online.
I'll kind of just turn it over in my hands, because in Bee's perspective, like, she's glad that Toast Boy's back, and you know, this is a person that she has come to love. But also, he's pretty different. He's not how she remembers him.
It's not the exact Toast Boy at the pier that night.
So I'm just gonna kind of turn it over in my hands again, as they do to you, Toast Boy, and I'm gonna put it somewhere safe.
Excellent.
But no longer on my person. Cause
you go to put that somewhere, kind of like thinking through. I'll let you think through, because I'll let you tell me where you want to put it. Moving over, is this something for Toast Boy or Carl? I'll actually have to clarify that.
It would be for Carl.
Okay.
Would that be me next?
Yep.
Cool. I think when I first arrived, I was very much told not to talk about Toast, and I really, I abided by that. But seeing that the situation's a little bit different, I think I would go up to Thwack and just be like, hey, like, I think I need to know a little bit.
You come up. Thwack, you have started into that, like, let's pull up a bunch of Google pages, getting the preliminary search stuff.
He was super dead, but I guess not, so...
Okay, and you guys said he...
Yeah, I give him the rundown.
Yeah.
Okay, you tell him about the night. I will say this, Carl, you may have read the, like, mission report log from that night, but it's different hearing about it.
And then he blew up.
And then...
Whoa, that's intense.
Yeah, and they said they tried to go down there and swim and, like, find him, but I guess, as he said, his bits everywhere, and then they took a weird jellyfish head creature god thing to be like, you can have your sentience and body back.
Cool. So, do we get his room ready, or what should we...
You see in the kitchen, Velocity walks out. Zane's holding, like, a big old pot that looks like some sort of chocolate mixture. Just, welcome home cake?
We could.
Can we put gummy bears in it? And I go into the kitchen now.
Wow, that's a terrible idea. Like, kind of to himself, but just then, like, all right, let's see what to do.
He
You hear a
probably
muffled
won't be able
voice
to
from
eat
the
it for
hallway.
a little bit.
Give him a pint of jorts!
The jorts.
That could be for when he
Psyche
comes
would stay
back.
in her room. I don't think she would have
Yes,
heard any of
Psyche
the
just
plotting.
in there.
Maybe
take
by
the
the
tape
Christmas
off the door,
jorts,
though.
Cabaret is
You
done is
Take the
taken
caution
from her room.
tape off.
As, yeah. Cabaret. What would would you like to do?
Oh, so Dove is in her room, and she has a notebook out, and she's staring directly in front of at her wall. She takes a pen, and without looking at the paper, writes, "Can you see this?" Question mark.
That was intimidating.
Nothing happens.
I look down.
Nothing happens.
Question. Now I'm writing, "Are you ignoring me?" Question mark.
Nothing happens. This is taking some because again, you want to like see like okay, let's write it down. Let me
And
look
I
at it.
up. But you can hear when I say this, yeah?
Nothing happens.
But you rolled for it.
I did roll for that one. A little metagamey, but I did roll for it.
Okay. So they're gonna send some stuff to Toast. I am going to go over to the freezer, and where there's actually a tiny little hidden door inside of the freezer, because Dove has some hoarding habit she's trying to kick. There's a couple of frozen items of the alcoholic variety, but that's not what she grabs. She grabs in the back a tiny pint of Jort-flavored Jort ice cream.
The titular name of the ice cream, or the gelato place, you grab this tiny little flavored Jort's ice cream. It is freezer burnt to hell and back. As you have that realization of, oh yeah, we went through like a hurricane, we may have flickered power a bit. Like, it's just like a block of ice, basically, but it's probably
It's
edible.
Jort flavored.
It's Jort flavored. Those preservatives might do you some good here.
I'm gonna go out and get him a pint. And with that, because I know our Hummer probably isn't our only vehicle.
Yes.
That would be quite dumb.
The Hummer is for missions. You have like one of those beat up SUV that like is undercover for like driving to school and such.
Please tell me I got a bike.
If you
It's a moped.
want a bike, it would be
It gotta be.
I almost said analog, a manual like
Pedal bike.
pedal bike. Like there's no fancy stuff in that part.
I'd save up to get it.
Mostly because you would need to go through some training before the Warriors would give you like motorcycles. There is training not just in the like how to drive, even though you might have that. It's like, hey, how to use this in combat, right? It's more than just like riding a motorcycle.
How to eat
I put
the
a mental
damage if you
note.
crash.
Apply for motorbike training.
Motorbike training. Pin it to the board.
You hear the voice in your head. Rad.
Rad. Fucking sick. No, yeah.
And I make a point to not look at any of the license plates. And actually, as I'm about to enter the car, I stop. I walk back inside. I open, trying to find a way to say it without actually saying the company. You know what I mean. DoorDash. Basically, I'm going to try and DoorDash a pint so that they don't... If someone is watching my every move, they don't know where the glade is.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to go to save addresses, but where it's going to say saved, I'm going to put my hand over it. I'm going to say accept. Right? One thing of Jorts.
Delivered to our superhero secret base.
Shh! Don't tell.
No, you can't tell me that we
notes.
haven't had pizza delivered here
In the
before.
notes, of course.
We live in a place
Please
that
leave
is
a picture
pictured
for
of
delivery.
Google Maps.
Don't tell nobody.
If
I'll tip you $2.
any food we want, I just
I don't know, man.
figured
This
we got
wasn't the main
teleported
part of
into
my
our-
thing.
You-
I was just trying to
usually,
find a way to get a non-freezer
No,
burnt George.
I get you,
Okay?
but like,
I
there's
love
no way
this.
in hell that
There's
Jordan
no
would-
way, yeah. It's to get most food you guys have gotten, it's easy enough to get it from the pyramid where they
We could
have
just,
like a chef there.
You could
Yeah,
just
we
have
get the professional chef to
And
make
when
us
you
a
want
pizza.
other food, you've usually picked it up on the way here.
Yeah.
So if you want
Just
a DoorDash,
have
I will
something
actually just
before you-
need a intelligence roll at disadvantage
Yeah, same.
to find a place where you could like, hey, drop off this food middle of the swamp. Don't tell nobody. Just do it. Like
Just
it's
do
and
it.
figuring out like and hoping a DoorDasher goes, what the fine, I need the money.
Okay.
It's so if you want to do it, you can, or you could just go get ice cream.
Or Or you could send,
Speed
Zane
dash.
to do it.
You could
Actually,
ask
yeah.
Zane to go get
Speed dash. I'm holding the freezer burnt Jorts, sitting on the stairs of the garage, just absolutely broken, because I
It's
spent about
frozen.
an hour and a half, no, maybe not an hour and a half, but like an hour trying to figure this out, and I'm just like, Zane!
Zane saying, Carl, hey, but we could put gummy bears on top.
Zane!
Oh, okay.
And it'll melt, and it'll be like super gooey and
So
delicious. And
sugar doesn't just melt. It tends to burn at high. Is someone yelling for me? It sounds like a.
somebody hurt.
Maybe. Oh gosh, is someone hurt?
Zane!
Someone's hurt.
We start running around the house.
Zane hits an alarm button. Someone's hurt. Help!
Oh wait, I found her.
She
She's
was
just
like,
in
hear
the
the
garage.
alarms, I just start sobbing,
Psych
like, what
just
the
turned the
fuck?
alarm off. I think Dove needs your assistance.
Gotcha.
Freezer burnt.
Actually, it's been an hour. It's
Oh, do you want me to
Melted freezer burnt! Just give me a new pipe for
Oh, I
toast,
thought you wanted me to
please.
dispose of this.
You could eat it too. I just
I'd
need a
rather not.
freezer burnt
Listen,
pint
man.
for toast.
Don't. Carl, don't. Clyde, don't. Clyde.
That wasn't
No. Carl just starts eating. To a leaf, yeah, it's decent.
Yes,
To a
it's
human,
sugar and
gosh,
water.
that freezer burnt is such a specific taste. It tastes like the entire freezer plus some
Can you
aftertaste.
just get me a pint of flavored Jortalinis? I hand them a 10.
Yeah. Do you want to come? You want to stay? Am I just?
Please tell me I have my notebook on me, DM.
You do have your notebook.
Looking up, I start writing these words.
Okay.
I think someone is watching and listening to my every move. They haven't said anything when I write anything outside of my vision, period. I don't want to jeopardize the glade, period. And then I hand it to B. I'm like, oh, B, right, notes from last
Okay.
vision.
Oh, cool, thanks. I needed these.
Yeah.
Study.
So Zane.
Yeah, I got you.
Study notes.
All right.
But yeah,
cool.
no, honestly, I'm not feeling great. I need a life.
Carl, can you finish the jorts? Can someone watch the cake? I've
Share
got
the
an
cake.
alarm
We
on
can
my
put ice
phone.
cream in the cake.
Actually,
That is
that is
actually
a
a
thing
thing.
on this
Oh,
earth.
It's
Yeah.
a bit of a process,
Have
but
you-
it's not impossible.
I put two hands on his shoulder. Have you heard of a glorious thing called Baskin Robbins?
No.
They have this thing called a
You mean
turkey
Raskin
cake. As
Bobbins?
Yeah,
Raskin
Raskin Bobbins.
Raskin Bobbins.
Raskin Bobbins.
3 hours
Raskin
later.
3 hours later, and for Thanksgiving, they make one that's this shape.
Zane will run off. Easily gets back. You see he's bought a bunch of jorts.
The red ones.
Well, two courtside, flavor stuff, and a gallon that you could cut for ice cream cake if that becomes a
Pints and
consensus.
pants.
As he does so, I'm gonna make another quick check. Interesting. I have to text a couple people.
Let me get my phone available. Just in case.
It's nobody in the room.
He's just texting his
Nick
mom.
kicks in the door. Gah!
Thanks, Mom. I love you. You always love and support me. I hope you're having a wonderful night and that you're warm from the snow. Thanks all for letting me text my mom. Obviously, I wasn't just texting my mom. So yes, I've texted a couple
Okay,
people.
guys,
Just
I'm
quick
gonna
stuff.
go take a breather, and I'm gonna go out to the balcony.
Cool. You're heading out to the balcony.
Don't break too hard.
Okay.
As Zane finishes, just okay, can you put
Well, thank
this
you.
ice cream in the freezer? Let's make an ice cream cake. Okay, that sounds fun. We're gonna cut to Toast Boy. As you are sitting in your cell,
Sorry, gang. I yawned.
you, the elevator at the end of this room opens. Stepping through, you see Vanish and a figure who looks absolutely inebriated, messy hair, drunk.
Is it Mark?
It is Recharge.
one other question before we move on to the scene. I can still see the clone vanish in her cell, correct?
Clone vanish. The second vanish, like our vanish has entered, this clone has stopped, and you see they're just like a wildcat watching vanish walk.
Okay, but she's. I just wanted to make sure.
And you see the other man that was speaking in that French accent, like bald head, little glasses, has also stopped reading this Bible and has just like placed a finger on the page and is also regarding everything that's about to happen. As Vanish and Recharge approach, Recharge looks up. You've never seen him disheveled. You've never seen him with facial hair. He's actually really good, like always shaving, looking nice. With blonde patchy beard, bloodshot eyes, hair that looks like he tried to shave half of it and clipper the other half, circlets under, stains all over. This like pajama robe hybrid is now standing in front of you. You see he's not saying anything, but just kind of like breathing and looking at you.
You look worse than I do.
Shut the fuck up. What the hell are you?
It's me, Hank.
No, it's not. Don't you use his voice.
I don't know what you want.
Don't. You're not John. You son of a bitch. John died. And whatever you are, I'll kill you. You see he tries to take a step forward, kind of stumbles, Vanish catches him.
There is like a wall between
Oh
us.
yes,
Okay, just
you don't
making
think
sure,
it's
yeah.
plexiglass. It's some material that like you have yet to test, but probably is.
Canberra. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure.
Something is in
Yeah.
the way. As he tries to, Vanish catches him. He stops. First mission. What was the first mission I took you on?
Was that? It was just a bank heist, wasn't it? You didn't think I was ready to face Gore yet. Vor. Sorry, that's Lincoln forgetting if it was a G or a V. Glob. His actual last name is Vor. Jesus.
Yes.
You didn't trust me to actually fight Glob yet, so you just let me sit in with a bank robbery.
You see, as in talking about Glob, yes. You see, what street?
What street?
What street was the bank on?
I had barely been in Portland for a week. I don't.
What was the weather like? What was I like? What was the people? How many hostages? You passive insight. This man is desperate to try to find a lie in your voice.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to make me a persuasion check against his insight. As you think he's just gonna try to throw any sort of story or question at you.
It's an 8.
Wild fact, I rolled a synthetic 8 on a 6.
Cool. We roll again?
We
or-
roll again on time. It's just how long is it gonna take? Jeez Louise. Okay.
It didn't stay, so I get a reroll.
Yeah, sure.
That's not much better. That's a 10.
10 does not beat a synthetic 21.
Yeah. Oof.
After a time, Recharge has stopped asking questions. This goes on for a while of like, what were your parents' names? What classes did you like in school? You sent me a letter once. What your first mission with the Sidekicks? Where did we take you after? Like all these things.
Mm-hmm.
After a moment, he just breaks down, and you see your mentor is on his knees, sobbing into this tile. Vanish has been watching. You see, I won't say like she trusts you, but you think whatever passive insight, she already knows the questions have occurred. As in, Recharge, though, just can't believe this.
Mm-hmm.
After a moment, you see he kind of stands up looks at you and starts stumbling back towards the elevator. Vanish doesn't go after him. You see she watches, turns back to you. John.
Vanish.
Talk me through your head right now.
First off, is Recharge like getting in the elevator? Like he's fully leaving? Okay, I'm gonna call out to him just real quick and just, Hank, it is good to see you.
You see the figure stops back to you, hand in the elevator. Gives a little thumbs up, sways into the elevator, and it shuts.
Has he been like that since the pier?
Yeah. It was a miracle we got him tidied up for your funeral. John, you have all the memories of John Jorgen von Jargen, aka Trevor, aka Toast Boy.
AKA Teabags to some.
I've
Sorry,
never
this
heard
is not
that
the
used.
time.
No.
T-square.
If you're a clone, you are years ahead of anything that could be cloned. You see, she doesn't make any gesture, but you have that feeling of, well, look at the other known clone in the room. Like, well, yeah, I'm not an animal or whatever that thing is, right? You see, though, Vanish looking at you. You're not a clone, but we don't know what you are. It worries me that you've met an entity, as we don't know much about higher powers, shall we say. Those are a Class X unknown theory right now. We've always had suspicions about people like Eel, but maybe you can fill me in. So she kind of like sits on the ground. She's like settling in for a long talk, you think, but we are going to roleplay a little bit of this.
Okay. Well, about Eel specifically, or?
You said you had to take him out, or you were told to take him out?
Yes. So the conditions of my looks around at the prison freedom were. That's not the right place. Eel, from the reports that I had read before this all happened, and from what I've learned after, did begin his life, or get meta powers, meta abilities. He also had an interaction with whatever entity helped me, and it gave him more abilities. Like I mentioned before, it doesn't have a lot of requirements, but when it tells you to do something or not to do something, it's important that you listen. He didn't, and so I was told I could go, and there would be no more requirements placed on me if I brought him back to it.
Vanish is about to say something that no one else but Toastboy can hear. I'm going to need to talk to you in the hall.
Ooh, hall chat already. We're like 30 minutes into the session.
My first hall chat, I wasn't even playing the session. He left one of the other sessions to come ask me a question.
Oh, I remember that. That was
You remember that one, yeah?
That was
Yeah.
Meeting Andrew in the Bayou and the.
Yeah.
That TPK. Never had a hall chat.
Hey
I've never had a whole chat. Have I?
Hello.
Have I? I don't remember if I've had a hall chat before.
No. I think I had one, but I can't remember now what it was for.
Yeah, I think it was like most of my hall chat worthy stuff I just text
Yeah.
to August. I do remember having a hall chat with Braxton though during the very first D&D campaign I ever played. And that's how I got a pet bear.
Hey, the bear.
Yeah. Baby bear. Was it a bear? Because So it was a barbarian, so like I was able to get like a little animal sidekick.
I think it was an owl bear, like a baby owl
An
bear.
owl bear, that's what it was.
It was a baby owl bear.
Baby owl bear.
Are we still going?
I think so.
Hi,
Hey
chat.
gang!
Hey gang.
So,
Brief intermission.
I've always wanted to do a hall chat, but I've never done anything cool enough to get into the hall. It has been my goal the entire time I've been
What
playing.
you gotta do is send him something so vague and scandalous and game-breaking over message that he then has to take you out into the hall and chat with
that
you.
is what I have done. That tactic.
It works. Foolproof.
It works.
But you gotta make sure it's outlandish, because usually when Nick just texts him stuff, it's clear enough. August will text him back, so it's gotta be really out there.
Okay, that'll
Hey guys,
be for the
I made
next
a
time.
Pinterest board for my character.
Since we already have 2 people doing crazy
I'm trying not to!
crazy things.
Help!
I'll do that in our new campaign that will be coming up.
I can't wait
Cool,
for
cool.
next
Great.
semester's.
And so that's why Toast Boy and Vanish start Fortnite dancing in the prison cell.
Yeah, we just go buck wild. Actually,
Yeah.
both vanishes are dancing with me, so they look like identical
It-
background
yeah, it's like a
dancers.
background dancer looking thing. The dude reading the Bible is just like throwing the Bible into the air.
Yeah.
No. You know
yeah.
how like sometimes Bibles in hotels have money in it? He flips to Corinthians.
Yeah, no.
Flips to something
That's
small.
his ability.
Not.
He was crashing the economy, so they had to lock him up.
It's Bible Man.
Yikes.
Bible
Uh,
man.
Yes.
Vanish is the only person who knows that I have Toast Boy's other eye.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
Correct.
So after that all happens,
Mhm.
kind of when I notice a break in her, because she is, for all intents and purposes, still interrogating me.
Mhm.
When I notice a break in her questioning, I'm just gonna be like, I have a question. There was a civilian on the pier that night, Holly.
You mean Holly Johnson?
Yes. What happened with her?
Holly Johnson has been absent from school for the past 2 months. We have
Okay, don't text
looked
me.
into her absence. Fortunately, we can't find her. I will also say, as an interesting point, a villain in the area that was not captured as a part of the fear factors, known as Whisper, also has not been seen in that same time frame.
How many other people from the Florida area have disappeared or moved in that same time frame, though?
Your guess is as good as mine, John.
Can I ask that we look for her?
We'll do our best. With that, we're going to cut to the Carl as you're baking. No,
Oh, got it.
as
The B plot is just
this big
bursting
man
off.
cabaret.
Teaching him how to bake.
You are on the balcony looking out. You hear paranoid.
Only slightly.
There's someone standing behind you.
I don't even jump. I turn around to look at him.
I want you in this moment to make me a charisma saving throw. Oh.
The
Not
consequences
paranoid,
of
I
my
really have to get
actions!
DM.
Yeah.
Since I received that note from
Mhm.
Cabaret, I don't want to be like break whatever's going on right now, but I feel like Psyche, as the leader, would have followed Cabaret.
I need you to make me an stealth check first.
Okay.
Guys,
And I'll put
We'll get to that.
invisibility
the
up,
dice tell
Yes,
the
oh
story.
yes.
but I'll still.
And
Invisibility will give you
swayed
advantage.
between a 20 and a 2, and it landed on a 2, so that is
Okay.
a 9.
We'll get to that in a second.
Bummer, dude.
It's a 15 on stealth.
A 15.
Carl's making a lot of noise in the kitchen.
I scream! I scream!
We recently showed him a Disney classic Tarzan, and he's trying to do the.
Phil Collins is a musical genius. You can't just recreate that in one night.
Is Phil Collins actually a superhero?
No, actually, he just is composer for a lot of superhero theme songs in this world. He and John Williams have their plates full with like.
That's the goal.
Awkwardly enough, they're
Have the
also the
theme
most
song.
kidnapped by villains wanting their own theme songs, and so it's a conflict of interest for the superhero dynamic.
Yeah, everyone wants shit.
Are you kidding? If I was supervillain, only Phil Collins would write my theme. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
A 15 does not stop the passive perception, as
You do have the
You-
inspiration.
want to follow outside, and I need to make a roll.
Guys, I just
And
wanted to
the
see
lights.
Eaglet and give Toast some jorts.
Give some jorts. This was supposed to be a fun time. I need you to make me a charisma saving throw, but for something completely different than cabaret. As good lord, cabaret, your charisma saving throw, what it was for is not a spell effect or anything. It was just to not flinch. Standing terrifyingly close behind you is a man, maybe 6.5 feet tall, built, slicked black hair, pointed nose, piercing
6'6".
black eyes. What you notice first is that he doesn't have irises or pupils. They are just a solid black point in his face. That being this close, you notice this dude doesn't look entirely human. What did you get for your save?
A 24.
24 will succeed,
Cool.
meaning something else is coming your way.
What is this? Maybe
Oof.
don't get little wrists.
No, I think we
I've already
did.
taken.
It's the longest coming. Basically, what's about to happen, because you succeeded on a spell that would have basically put you somewhere for a minute, or in a way of like kind of like stopping you for a minute. You have a different spell that is going to be attacked against you. Do you have counter spell right now?
Do I?
Do you? I don't. I didn't know if you took that in a level up or
Is
what
that-
you want.
Oh wait, I didn't put
Level-
any of my new spells in here.
Oh.
So let's
Wow.
say,
So-
mayhaps.
If
Maybe
you
I do.
want to, you could. I will allow you. We'll be very generous. You can counterspell this.
Okay.
I will let you know. You will have to make your roll, as you will need to beat a DC 18.
Ooh, that's a
Okay.
high level spell.
Alright.
Isn't that an 8th level spell? Because isn't it 10 plus the level?
8th level spell.
So it is a DC 18.
Correct.
Okay. Let's go back to my character sheet.
Head on back.
Head on back.
Only because
I was just
I'm
focused
in
on
danger.
HP because I almost died last session. So I'm like, let's make my HP good, and then I.
I'm
think of
very
my
interested to
spells.
see what happens. So yes, on your what's basically about to happen, Psyche, is you are using your charisma and proficiency, which is a 5 and a 3, so a total of 8 to roll. So
Okay.
if you roll and hit a 10 or higher, you will successfully counterspell this.
Oh, okay. So I have to roll above an 8.
Correct. Roll 10 or higher,
A 10 or higher. Okay.
because you have a +8.
Gotcha. That's a 12. So.
It's a synthetic 20. This is what's fun. This creature's gonna try to counterspell your counterspell. There's a lot happening right now because
Wild magic surge, counterspell and counterspell.
yes, as there will be wild magic. Counterspell and counterspells. That will succeed on a synthetic 22. Yes, synthetic 22. Psyche, you are stunned. This is all happening in a flash of
Wait.
magic and power.
I rolled a 12, so that means I got a 22.
What do you have for your bonus to spell attack? Hold on, yeah.
Wait, hold on. I just saw. DC equals 10 plus the spell's level. Wait.
Oh yeah, no counterspell
That's
is
if I'm.
yeah.
Okay, never mind. Wait.
You rolled and
Hold on.
basically made a DC 20 by getting a 12 plus your 8, like your kind of magical power to make a DC 20. So this creature had
Okay,
to
no,
roll.
it was. I did get a 20 on that.
Yeah, yeah.
Not a 22.
Um,
Sorry.
all this happens is boom, 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 boom. Immediate about your natural reflex is kicking out of like, stop it, what's about to happen? No! As a power word stun goes off on you, you hear the creature go, 2 minutes, please. And you, unfortunately, then will not be present for this conversation. Cabaret.
Does this need to be a halt? No.
Not yet. Depending on
No,
what you
don't
do.
like that. It's a bad answer.
The man standing here looks at you. What?
Without breaking eye contact, I take out 2 cigarettes and I light them both.
Bad for your health.
Not sure if it affects me the way that it does others.
I said. You watch, he takes 2 big. Poof! Cigarettes are gone. Bad for your health.
Sorry, I didn't know you had issues with tobacco.
No,
My bad.
I just need you to be perfect.
With
Is
that,
it
that is
Stranger
finally the
Things?
sentence that unnerves Cabaret into actually being fucking terrified. Because she's only heard that similar sentence once before. A certain office.
Is this your mom?
No. No. The internship.
Listen. You're doing wonderful. You even have your little friend back.
Care to explain why you sent someone after me, I'm guessing?
Test.
Hmm.
Please. You see the man at this point puts hands in his pockets, kind of like turns, looking outwards. Crossvilla never could have killed you. He had express permissions to take you in warm, not cold.
That's what I guessed from the dart.
I will say that Liam was annoying, but proved interesting.
That Liam is my friend.
Don't make friends. I have to kill them.
Why?
Why not? Aren't you the ones with that fancy little board downstairs? All the little pins everywhere? Whew, you're getting close. Must frustrate you to not have all the answers, but I can offer them to you.
What cost is answers if it puts people I love in danger?
That's the problem. Don't love them. Gods shouldn't pity or love those weaker.
Are you insinuating I am some form of god?
I'm insinuating that you are a chrysalis.
We all just start chanting.
Christmas! Christmas!
The Christmas.
You hear scream, I'm Jewish!
Come
on,
Please,
people!
no, I'm not even Christian!
18th! That's when Hanukkah starts.
Feel, though, the eyes in you. Unfortunately, I don't have much time. Your friend outside the door is quite annoying.
Color palette? Color palette, I said. Which friend?
Oh, I don't know. The one that also will be useful later on. Oh, and you see at this point he grabs you just under the chin and cheek. Any more notes to your friends, and I will kill them without hesitation. Tempt me, I dare you. As he lets go, no hallway chat needed, as my 2 minutes are up. The second you feel that spell end on you, something happens. I will need initiative rolls from both of you. Mm-hmm. Oh, you thought we were done? No.
Yeah, long rests are for people who don't do crazy.
Long rest up for
Wait,
winners.
no, I want to let go.
Initiative.
Initiative.
Gross.
So 22
Okay.
on me.
Synth 20.
Synth 20.
Just a wee bit.
Okay. Synth 20
There's a little icy
for
patch in front of the
Cabaret.
door that makes you go real
Psyche
fast.
got
Yeah.
a 22.
Carl got a 10.
I was thinking,
Um,
just like as I was
Carl,
paralyzed.
Carl, Thwack, and Zane. Thwack, you're doing a bunch of research, and Zane and Carl are like side in the kitchen. Like it's kind of that like let's chat and cook and do stuff together. You're all blissfully unaware to everything going on upstairs for the moment. A creature, will be getting unfortunately a bit of a surprise round in this moment, as I made a check and failed abysmally. Cabaret. There's a shadow coming down on top of this man.
There's something above you.
Looks up.
Totally have someone else.
Eaglet, as you drop
Yeah, yeah.
down, you see her
I
flying.
really hope this is.
Eaglet flying in. You see Cabaret is being held by a man on the balcony, having taken this place outside in a place where you were going to. Eaglet, you have a surprise round right now.
Kick him in the face.
I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite as a bonus action.
Holy shit! All
And then
right.
I'm gonna attack this guy with my double-bladed scimitar.
Go for
No,
it.
I'll do my mace.
Excellent.
I'll do my mace. It's a fucking 5 plus 7, so that's a 12.
12 does not hit, unfortunately.
But do I have advantage because it's the surprise round?
Oh,
Sure
you
do.
do. Surprise
Gosh,
always
I
has
hate-
advantage. Yes.
I hate how I roll. I rolled another fucking 5. That's another fucking 12.
I've never heard you say the F word so many
I
times.
am sorry.
You've already used 2 of them. You're already
Use
over.
3!
We
Guys,
all-
Paladins get
Guys,
to
it's
attack
PG-13.
them.
Paladins
We only
do
have
get
one
2
more.
attacks.
I
'Cause
might
we'll
pull
have-
out different.
No, everyone gets 1. Everyone gets 1. Megan's just now in debt. She was making up for the time she hasn't been.
Every single session she was.
She actually had a rollover from all the sessions she missed.
Yeah,
so.
fun fact, if you guys check your swear word banks in your OneNote, that would be a little anal retentive of me to do, and I'm not that much.
You're not anal retentive, you're anal expressive.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'm pro-lapse, as some would say.
I'm going in to take a pro state exam. I've
Okay,
learned all 50
There we
states.
go. That was a natural 17.
Nat
So
17
I
for...
finally hit this guy.
Yes, on a natural 17 plus 7, 24 will hit this
Okay,
creature.
okay.
Thunder Smite, of
So,
course,
yeah.
adding in, as you can
Hilarious.
basically say when you want it to add in.
America.
Okay, so I am
Yeah.
rolling
You could see Baron Johnson, dude.
plus my strength, which...
Oh, this is
It's the
like...
funniest thing because Eaglet's not American.
Okay.
She's like, what?
We need the battle music right now, as this is intense.
The girlies are back.
The girlies are fighting! Okay, that is 14 points of damage.
14 points of damage. Thunderous is thunder damage.
Yeah, but one of those die was my weapon damage.
Oh, gotcha. So yes, add it all together. But magical, I believe, from Paladin.
Yeah, it's magical because of the smite, right? Isn't that all?
Yes, sorry. When I say Paladin, I meant smite. My bad.
Yeah.
You do 14 points of damage. Poof! This creature doesn't even regard you approach, but
That's
takes
creepy.
a half step to the side. So when first attack, it's only due to your blinding speed. You get a singular cut across the cheek. As it stomps, you watch heals immediately.
Don't like that.
Creature looks at you and scowls. For the first time, expression has truly changed. As surprise on end, Psyche, that's you. You're then dropping that stun. You can open up the patio door. You see then all this happening, and
I
you're.
believe Thunderous Smite makes noise, does it not?
It does. As you guys downstairs will now have a surprise round. You can roll me some initiatives, but you have a surprise round. This current round is boom. Huge explosion sound has to happen. Psyche. Oh, and Zane should roll too, I guess. Yeah. Oh, not bad.
I'm just trying to think as a leader right now. Because did I see Eaglet come down?
Yes, it's
Okay.
enough where then, like, opening the patio door, that tints out,
I
and
saw
suddenly
her.
there's Cabaret, there's this dude, Eaglet is now here, and so it's like, whoa, a lot's just happened.
And I saw him get attacked and then just immediately
Yes,
heal.
you saw that,
Okay.
like, cut. It was surprising for you, but yeah.
I am going to make a call
Okay.
and grab my friends and turn invisible and run away.
Clever. You turn invisible. I assume that upcast. All three invisible. Eaglet, Psyche has grabbed your arm. Cabaret grabbed yours. This creature will try to attack Eaglet now at disadvantage. Excuse me. Eaglet's an unwilling creature, I believe, being pulled by you. Or it's not your conscious effort. This movement, taking, like, action, and then that half movement just to, like, pull people in, doesn't trigger opportunity attacks unless
Because
he
I
wants
am
to attack
not
you.
willingly moving.
And this creature is not wanting to attack you.
So do I just
As-
get us out of initiative?
It does, because the second you step inside, you watch this dude just turns, looks inside.
And
And-
is there like a lockdown button or anything like that?
Yes.
Just gonna press that.
Big metal sheets around the
'Cause,
compound.
I mean, this guy's probably, if he really wants to, powerful enough to get through that. But
We are out of initiative as he is leaving. You won't know this, of course, but it's enough. You go in, everyone immediately is going to be on that high alert. Zane is here in like less than a second.
My initiative was a nat 1, so I
Gosh.
assumed that I just had headphones in.
You, and so, like in the background, cake
You would know
flying,
about
ice
this.
cream moving. All of you are now inside at checking the camera. Zane immediately brings up the security, the defense online. Dude's gone.
Who was that?
Oh,
I don't
hi,
know.
I'm
Are
Carl.
you-
You do not look
B,
healthy.
are you still holding
I'm okay.
Doug's arm?
You don't look like a human.
Yes, but you do not look healthy for a lemur or a human.
She knows I'm a Liam, guys!
You take my, I'll say, passive history kicking in. Oh, this is a Finewake from Planet Fi- the bird people. Like, Earths call them birds. Finewakes are those, like, warrior bird race people.
Yeah,
Like,
I think I immediately just start pestering you with a million questions that, like, would be offensive if I was an adult, but it's like, you know, like, oh, how big are your wings? When did they grow in? Could I ride on your back? Just, like, after the other.
Have you never met a Finewake before?
No, basically I got
No.
kicked out of my lean colony and then I ended up here, so I'm from space, but I don't know a lot of people in space. Anywho, what was that?
Yeah.
you see Zane, what is going on?
Eaglet, yo, what's up?
Hello, Black.
Oh,
I'll let
we
pleasantries
haven't contacted
happen
you
before I
from,
call a
like...
team meeting.
We haven't talked to you about anything since
Yes.
you left.
Oh, Eaglet,
Did you know that
you're an
Tess died?
actual bird?
Who were you?
Oh, I only
Space.
Oh, hi, Zane,
Alien.
Speedster, Alien. Okay, no, I thought like the name on the door was like you like Toast Boy. He's not actually Toast, right? No, you're an actual Eaglet.
Who died, by the way?
What?
Yeah.
Who died?
Toast Boy.
It's
But
okay,
he's
he's
back.
back now.
Yeah, he came back, crawled out of a gutter, and then murdered a villain.
The teleporter starts up. Toast Boy walks out of it.
They said you died.
Eaglet, good to see you.
Why
Covered
are
in
you
rust, like gross tentacle.
What?
I mean, like, not rude in a rude way or anything, but like, you're.
Zane
out.
has like a knife pointing at you. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I would say, would Vanish have given me like a document, or like maybe an email pops up like, boop, boop. By the way, Toast is like Rust is coming over.
Rust,
like,
yeah,
John's,
just-
you know.
Oh.
I received permission. I assumed you guys. Is everybody okay? What's going
What
on?
the hell is
Oh,
happening?
I was doing
I-
some
me too.
research.
Team meeting, everyone.
Psyche in a very chill. Let's have a team meeting.
So,
Let's have a
who was
team
attacking you? Did you know that man?
Oh, someone attacked?
As
Great. I
you
miss
bring
all the
everyone to the table, where for the first time the entire assembled Vanguard is meeting. All
With
7 of
I
you.
got
cream
chills.
cake.
This is
That's
so
really
fun.
cool.
And yeah, half-finished
Sigma,
ice cream cake.
half-finished ice cream cake. It's like the cake layer's on, the ice cream is on. The cake layer that was going on, Zane sped away, so half of it is against the wall due to his like jet force.
The other half, I
And
tried
there's
to
just-
catch as Carl.
Yes.
I got Carl shaking.
Yeah, it's a Carl shaking.
that one.
My teeth are like stained with it.
Okay,
Sorry.
time to call our meeting in order. This is something that we have never dealt with before. Something that I have never seen. Someone that has some connection to Dove, who seems pretty traumatized, so she can talk about it when they want to.
Zane got it, or sooner. I mean, yeah, whenever you want.
No, the information is important.
I saved your life, Speedy.
His name is Zane. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, I'm like, I thought we were cool.
I'm sorry, being a dick is my... And with that, like, she actually stands up from the table and runs to her room, slams the door.
Zane's not gonna let you. No. He sits you back down. We gotta know.
You can't.
Too bad.
You might. I'm sorry for whatever
Carl
emotional
is going to
discomfort,
try
but this could
with his
put
mental
people in danger.
telepathy to
Yes.
just rip the information out of her.
Sorry, that's how we're going. That's
Not like in a painful way, but just like
Yeah,
just because like he can see like surface level. Kind
are
of.
you gonna do surface level? Do you want it? You were texting a little bit. Do you want to try detect
No,
thoughts level or
I'll get what I can, just like
Can I
looking at
describe
her, and
what
if I
he
don't get
gets?
enough, I'm just
what
gonna
I
be
will
like,
do? Yeah, make
okay.
Can
a.
you describe what he gets?
Well, actually, no. What I need to do is first, your Arcana versus Dove's Arcana. It's a magic mind game right now of who beats what based on how much you can
Not
just
gonna
like
use
give
both.
passively versus like
Of course, now I roll good.
oh oof
What'd you get?
I got a 14.
okay.
You have negative?
I have a -1.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh.
Carl's not a smart dude.
And that's all I'll say, Dove. Would you want to be, or would Dove roll at disadvantage at this time?
Yeah, because I would probably tell you like if you can't tell us, can I just
Look at it. Yeah.
look and then
With that, I'm gonna roll with disadvantage in a way to let him in because he asked.
Please
I
do
was
so.
going to fight if he was going to
roll
no,
disadvantage.
No, Carl would probably. Yeah, I
You
would-
can't,
I'm
unfortunately-
juggling a character who's kind of an ass and a character who's
Who's
a
the
12-year-old boy.
sweetest little boy. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to.
It's
Carl,
okay.
who eats
Box
freezer
those.
burn ice cream, and Toast Boy, who killed a man yesterday.
So what'd you get?
I got a 14.
7 plus 6.
That's a 13.
13.
There you go.
Barely.
Barely passes.
On the barely passes, you are getting enough of the surface level. Minds work in that natural way of you, Cabaret outside, or Dove,
Am I
feeling this
getting
creature.
imagery?
You're getting the imagery. You're
Does
also
the guy look like the guy that showed up when I pressed the button?
oh,
Is it the same guy?
More background.
you were. Oh damn it! I forgot that was you that pressed the button. Fuck me, right? Ah, damn it.
Yay!
So
Nice.
You
Yes.
press the button, and in fact, yes.
Huh.
On this, now seeing through her mind and through this, you are seeing what Cabaret saw, that this dude didn't look human. Something is itching in the back of your mind, but doesn't beat your passive history.
Before you say anything, Dove is going to rip a thing of fabric off of her shirt, tie it around her eyes, and go, "Computer, give me noise-canceling headphones."
Computer.
I don't
Carl
know.
walks over.
Carl,
to the
don't!
desk.
No, that's
Carl, I
it.
heard
You
your
think it's
footsteps.
the computer?
Stop it, Carl!
I'm getting the headphones. We don't have a computer that delivers things.
Well, technically, in my room it does.
Tuesday, I usually am the one that
Built
just
that
runs
for
things to
you.
you guys. Like, it's kind of the dude
Russ
in
is
the
like,
middle.
yeah,
Stop
I
it,
installed a
Carl!
couple of
That's
those
not what I
before.
meant.
Noise
Noise
canceling
canceling
headphones,
headphones.
yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
And with that, do you want me to walk into the hall?
No.
Okay.
As for better or for worse, this does nothing to affect what will happen. It's been metagamey too, like you never know what's gonna happen. But in this moment, you have a very strong
I've
feeling.
deafened and blinded myself.
I don't
So I turn to everybody else in telepathy.
I don't like this.
Make me an insight check, Delph, while you do so.
I just convey. Really, that's the only connection I have is because I only saw what happened outside. But so I'm just saying, like, you two remember when I pressed the. Oh,
Insight?
hi. Sorry, I can talk in your head. By the way, is that okay?
Insight? Yes. For
Okay, cool.
these purposes for now.
to that in a second.
Yes, I normally don't. I did just. You know what? Yeah. But yeah, I just communicate like, hey, remember when I pressed that button? I pressed the button and had a vision.
Hey, could you have gotten the entire conversation
Pocket button?
between me and this entity?
What?
Pocket.
Yeah,
button.
so
Pocket
so
button.
you guys
Yes,
now
right.
know
When I
that
press
he
button.
knows that we have the board, and
On a
that
inside
he
of
says
20,
that he's gonna kill you guys. at some
Dub,
point.
you can piece together then. It doesn't matter what you see or hear. This dude's watching you some in a different way. It's that realization of
Me as a
when
character
he
know
wasn't-
it's crying, but I can't.
exactly. Yeah, he is watching you in a way that doesn't affect your sight or vision. It might help in certain capacities, but you have that
You
immediately
can
realize.
always communicate
So
with
is
the
he your
body.
stalker or everyone's stalker?
He's following her
Gotcha.
specifically.
Can I cast like detect magic or something?
Psyche.
Yes,
Carl's
you
going
have
to
to
ask
cast
you
magic.
if he should tell
On,
this to Rust. or
I
not.
guess it would be on Dove or no. It says you sense within 30 feet of you. Yeah,
Mhm.
detect magic.
Yes, but wait like half an hour because I have
There
some money
is
to get him
strong
first.
divinatory magic coming from right around your board.
Okay.
What board?
Oh.
You haven't seen the board. Yeah.
We have a
There
crazy
is a
board.
crazy
Welcome,
tack
Megan.
board
God,
wall.
Megan, catching
of
you up. I hope
all
August
the
has told
stuff.
you between sessions.
Does it look
There's-
like anything important?
It's everything.
As we cut back, this is where.
Does it look like something I should not just hit with my mace?
Fun fact: this is where we're going to take our first break of the session. Thank you all so much for watching. We will see you all in a
Oh my
moment.
gosh.
But I was gonna get rid of
And we are back. Thank you so much. We are back live. We had a good break. Those unaware, we just had a huge recap off screen
I'm gonna get ice
where we just threw plates at each other and screamed for 4 hours. I'm
quick
pretty
4
sure Elle
hours.
took a bite out of my leg. It was a wild night. No. What is happening? Eaglet is walking over to the board. You feel this divination magic happening.
Okay. I'm going to try and pull some
trying to-
shenanigans
Mhm.
where I don't know how, like, genuinely smart or effective this would be, but I think it's probably what Eaglet would just think of in that split second of, oh no, this is bad. So I think she would try and, like, pretend that, like, she doesn't notice the magic, but then just, like, in that, like, split second, hopefully before whoever is watching us notices that I'm paying attention, I want to, like, take out my mace and divine smite where this divination magic is coming from.
I will say no check needed because that's very smart shenanigan. You watch Eaglet suddenly bring the. It's that like Eaglet's looking at your guys' board. Suddenly she pulls out a mace and is about to like crunch the board. It's like don't whiffs something sparkles and explodes next to her.
I don't know what that
I
is.
will expend that smite really quick.
Please do so. Smiting is one of the for sure ways. I'm like.
I wanted to make sure there was like no chance.
There's no way you would miss that roll or
Yeah.
miss the damage. It's like harkening back to stuff like D&D campaigns where you guys have done stuff.
Hark.
It's easier when if you can find a scrying to destroy it.
Yeah.
Pop.
In my mind, that's how I rule it. So obviously it's that like Eagle. No. Oh.
Not all of us.
And
Oh.
so detecting magic, it lasts for like 10
Mhm.
minutes, right? So I'm not picking up
Nothing.
anything else. There was a divinatory magic there. She should be fine now.
Yeah, we
That
got
would explain it.
anti-magic. Something.
Oh
That would be
yeah.
clever.
Maybe we should get on that with the pyramid.
Magic scanner.
Question
This place is
for how
full of
spells work. I have magic circle. Does that prevent
Hell yeah.
scrying, or is that just for like creatures moving in and out?
Fun fact. I think you're right. We're gonna check it.
Dimension 20 season 2, they did it on the van, and that's how they were saved.
a
they
creature-
cast Hallow on.
I think
Hallow
they
on
like
it.
doubled up like Hallow and something
It
else.
was Hallow
Oh no!
and-
You can like cause the magic to operate in the reverse, preventing a creature from leaving or other protecting targets outside. I'm going to say this: it could, but you would have to choose the type of creature and hope it's the kind that's casting spells at you,
Is it
or
not-
whatever magic meta stuff that we would reflavor as.
It says choose one or more of the following. I'm choosing all of them.
Oh, you can do that.
Oh.
Damn it! I thought it said what?
Or more.
Yeah, one or more. You choose all. Cover your bases.
Yeah, so I think Russ just starts like these gross tentacles just start like pushing out down along his arm. You weren't here for character description. His left arm is bone up to the shoulder, and it's clearly not his bone because it's like not metal at all. It's just like some random bones that were found on the seafloor, and the joints are held
Ew.
together by like octopus tendrils.
Mm.
And there's like a ring of flesh where it's like his actual arm got blown or severed, and there's like tentacles pushing out of it. But yeah, he just starts like these long lengths start
We
pulling
need
out. He just like
polysensor.
starts pulling him out like rope-like and laying him in a circle. And after about a minute of that, he's like, "All right, everybody, step inside and we can talk."
Mhm.
You have an hour.
I think meanwhile, Eaglet has already just like taken off your headphones for
Oh,
you
okay.
and started.
I would have put them
Before-
back on.
Zane's gonna take him off, slaps you. Get it together. Okay, you good. Want some ice cream, kid?
We smashed the thing that was spying on you.
Yeah, you're good.
Well,
Step over the tentacle.
Zane gives you ice cream. I'm sorry. It's strawberry chocolate. I think-
I backhand him
He,
just to make it even.
as a speedster, moves away, and then you watch as he like takes
Give me
a
the
speed moment.
satisfaction,
No,
please.
it's in the. He moves out to. Moves his face in like a
Aw.
pity slap of like fun. You know it doesn't even hurt even in that because speedster he can like moves his face and it just. Cool. All right.
Before I step into that thing, I'm gonna go get Toast Boy's eye.
Smart. Hell
Put it in
yeah.
my pocket.
oh yeah.
Grab Toast Boy's eye.
We got a crazy
You
boy.
feel you bring the eye out in the circle or you know put it in the pocket.
Can I get even into
Because
the
I
circle?
haven't told anyone that I have it.
Question.
Toast, you're
Toast.
seeing a darkness in that weird perception around you. That third perception that seems to be there is just dark.
Question.
I think.
Can I even get into the circle?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
As you're not any of the things listed. All of you, important to know. Even Carl, everyone is able to walk into the magic circle, including Thwack. Including Thwack.
I don't even know
he's
what's
not
on
a
the
fae.
list.
Oh, celestial, fiend, undead, fae.
The only one that I'll read them all off.
Cartoon.
Oh, the only one you missed is elementals.
Elemental, yeah. Like cartoon elemental. You bend cartoon. No, yeah, but it's something where everyone will be able to get in. Kind of like with wearing the magic cuffs. All of you have that moment of, okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
You have an hour.
So guys, I guess I'm gonna tell you, because he's either gonna kill you now or later, and I prefer it to be later with you having information. I don't know. Sorry, I'm a bit out of whack because he did some things that, reminded me of someone else who hurt me a lot, and that I should just be on top of my game, and I'm sorry. He said I was some form of chrysalis. When he was talking about, because I said, he said he could give me answers and I gesture over to the wall. And,
Carl pipes up and interrupts, and it's just like, because he owns Prism.
Oh,
I guess I
we
didn't
know.
say that in your head, but
Okay, good to know that.
Yeah, he's the button guy.
He the
He's
man
the
we just
button
saw
guy?
outside.
Yes.
Do we?
He's the button guy?
Yeah, when
Do
you
we
press
know-
the
do we
button
have,
and
like, a
saw
name
the
for this
evil
guy or
being
anything?
that
Oh, that's
Here's
when
what
you
I
were
need.
still-
Carl and Eaglet are gonna come make me Box of Doom history checks.
Oh, okay.
It's an alien.
As Carl, you are seeing this. The only reason, Carl, you are able to make this check right now is you saw through Dove's mind.
It's Phelon Tusk! Sorry.
No, I'm not that hard with it. Here, 1 second. We're pulling up the music and the camera. Welcome to the Box of Doom, ladies and gentlemen. The first time tonight. What a wild, here we go. That's Box of Doom worthy. Go ahead. You're going to make me a history check one at a time.
I don't know what my modifier is. I'll
Go ahead,
check.
text it to me then. We won't say it out loud. Eaglet, your turn. Please step up to the box. That was not in the
Can
box.
I count it, please?
Come on!
Do you want to ruin the sanctity of the Box of Doom?
That's
If
not
I-
sanctity.
I rolled
It is
so well,
safe.
and if I roll in the box of doom, I'm gonna get an at one.
I will be super nice for the Box of Doom just to appease my conscience. I have to respect the box.
That's a nat fucking 20! Okay, you're right. I
Respect
apologize.
him!
Respect the box
Respect
of
the Box of Doom!
doom. Okay, wow.
Respect the
Respect
pouch.
the pouch.
Respect it.
Yeah.
I
Sorry, was
want,
supposed to get
I
that
want you
secret? I
all
just
to
could not
know
believe
that the
happened.
Box of Doom, I am not superstitious, but I'm a little
I'm a little more
superstitious.
superstitious after that.
This
I cannot
Box of
believe
Doom
that just
is a
happened.
little
natural
suspicious.
20. Okay?
Alright.
Eagle,
Wow.
Okay.
take your inspiration.
Right. Well,
Carl's like,
right before this, she's just basically gonna say, he
Could
said
be.
something along of God shouldn't interfere or
That
associate
triggers
themselves
for
with
you.
stuff, and I asked, does that
The
make me a
term-
god? And he said, no, you're a chrysalis.
The term gods being thrown around and having that knowledge of this dude didn't look human
It's the Catholic Church.
triggers an old memory.
If they know we can shapeshift, they're going to tell the church.
The top of the
Carl and Eaglet. There was once a race of people in the universe that threatened all known sentient life. They were known as superhumans to some, gods to others. Some, though, called them by their true names, the Devode.
How do you spell that?
D-O-V-O-D. Devode were creatures of what we would call everything. They weren't just good at everything, they were perfect. Perfect fighters, perfect spellcasters, perfect metahumans, perfect monsters. Whatever they needed to mimic or gain, they just did. With the Devote. Liam know the Devote. Years ago, there was, to put it in a nice way, a culling. The Devote grew too big. They collapsed in on themselves, and a lot of other nations, a lot of other sects too, important to note, alien groups and factions that are known, like what we would call, Red Slayers and Blue Piecers, these like ancient factions that exist in the universe, took that opportunity to wipe them out. Because for all their best traits, Devote were terrifying. The idea of a superhuman, something that could just do what it wants and had close to no rival, you can't have that. On the Nat 20, there was one Devote that always stood out. This dude conquered worlds like it was a game. Constantly at the helm of many different projects. His true name was never known, but most just called him Master. The Master was a being of intense power and capability. On a Nat 20, you know that Master might link up some of the stuff you've been seeing, Eaglet, which I'll let you roleplay and share. And Carl, you can also, in giving this information to the group about Devote, but I will let you guys bring this information forward.
So we
and
think
start.
This is the guy that we just saw, or the guy that...
Had to be.
Okay, and this is a different guy from the guy that made Dove? Or they're the same guy? Because she said he reminded her of a different person.
Okay, I
need
question
to
is
know-
Eaglet asking about this.
I need to know who made you, because creatures
well,
like you are aiding the separatists of my planet, which is why I came here to find out where you got your power.
Okay, I guess we're opening the gates.
Well, we don't know who made, other than it was Scarlet.
No. There's a lot I haven't told you.
Cool.
When
Well,
I
tell
was
us now, because the Devote are bad news.
Hey, I'm going.
I'm going.
Like every time she tries to say something, it's like, the
Somebody
Devote are bad
else
news!
can feel it.
Ah! So, when I was Naomi, and Eaglet, you can call me that if you want, that was the name given to be my mother and father. I chose Dove after I chose Mark as a chosen parent when he took me in, after everything. When I was Naomi, I wanted so badly to be an Olympic athlete. I wanted to be a gymnast. I wanted to be seen. My mom was an Olympian too, but she wasn't in gym. She was in rowing, and I don't know. I was just always so fascinated with the way they moved. I found out, well, when I was 8, well actually no, when I was 7, my mother died to cancer.
Rust interrupts and he's like, okay, can we just, like...
I am trying my darndest to go as fast as I can.
Okay, cool.
Toast.
I've been dead for like 2 months and I would really like not to die again. And we have...
Okay, I'm going as fast as I fucking can.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Okay. My mother died, my father abandoned me at gymnastics practice. I was picked up by the foster care system and I was put into a family that was a little bit more prominent, I guess. Which then led me to be able to get an internship with the city and an official who had ties to the Olympics board. And he said he could get me into, tryouts. And, well, now that I'm older, it angers me every year that I get older that he he took a liking to me that no adult should have. But I stayed because I knew he was my ticket into tryouts. He was an inspector, and one day we were inspecting Scarlet Industries. And then I found out, first off, that Scarlet was mistreating their workers. And so I called those violations, and he told me to be quiet about it. And this is where it gets fuzzy. I remember falling into the vat of acid. I don't want to assume he pushed me, but with how all the other family and children of the athletes are dead or on death row, I'm sure that's how they were getting rid of me. I woke up face down in a field right after, but apparently time had passed about a month or so. I had nothing on but hospital robes and a tag around my toe that read Jane Doe. I somehow made it back into the city, found some clothes, went to a local homeless shelter, found my tombstone, found out that the family that I was being fostered under had skipped town, and I was a ghost. I didn't even look like myself from before. That's why. It wasn't somebody made me. I think it just happened.
Sent you a quick message.
Yes, of course.
Zane's gonna bring something up just so
Yeah.
Scarlet Industries
Hey,
make
okay.
people.
People with some sort of meta ability. Is it possible that acid was part of their process and they just thought it at an unrefined stage?
Maybe, because the thing that's been in the back of my mind is that they were doing something else, but I can't remember what. I remember him yelling at me that I shouldn't have seen something. And I remember he wasn't yelling about the workers' mistreatment. It was about something else, but I can't.
Yeah.
Carl
remember.
just pulled a recent memory
Mm-hmm.
from her head. Could he try again with permission?
With
As
permission
she's
this time, it's
as
going to
she's
be
talking
easier,
about it,
because
and
last
Yeah.
time there was a lot.
but to try to clarify what exactly.
Trying
Also,
to
to
clear
take a
that
breather,
I'll
I
let you
am
know.
okay. Sorry. I am
yeah,
good.
You're good. You're good. No,
Are you guys okay? Do you need me to dial it back?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Rust is sitting here like, who cares? Like, let's
No,
get
Yeah,
to the
I
point.
love
My
that.
question
No,
is-
Rust is a real G. He's like, and
What's
I was
your
at the bottom of the ocean for 2 months.
And
Yeah.
conscious.
What's
Wax
your
is looking at the progress
Arcana-
bar on the computer, like,
loading.
it's like, when am I gonna get the information about me?
Yeah, but like, if you're okay with that, I
With
can just.
what's your Arcana bonus? I need to let you know
My
if
Arcana bonus -1.
I will let you know then. I can't have you roll. I mean, I could, but you'd have to nat 20 it. The DC right now
Yeah,
for
my
the
Arcana's
old
a
memory
+6.
to get is a 25 right now. It's
If I
near impossible with
Try it
the
now. Is
level.
it going to limit my possibilities at looking later?
Not really.
Then I'm
So make a roll.
Aim for
And
that
just,
nat
I'm
20.
letting you know, like, because the DC, you got a nat 20 this.
I'm going to use my Lily dice. Not Lily as in the person, because it looks like the Lily.
Lily.
14. I'm consistent.
Plus
You're pulling a
20.
bunch out, plus we all give our buffs. No. Well, because it's unfortunately there's not a lot of buffs that could be given to something so weird as pulling a memory that may or may not exist. Yeah, if this was something Dove could remember, but it's just like, oh, it's fuzzy. Everything is fuzzy because is there an actual memory?
Yeah.
So with
I mean,
this
also,
though,
being dunked into a giant vat of acid
Could
10
have done
minutes
stuff.
later could have messed up.
with this then, all of you have this information. What's the questions that come to people's mind? What are people wanting to ask or try?
So is it the same guy or not?
I want to ask DM. Is it?
I thought it was obvious, but
I think it is.
yeah, it's
And you see she starts sobbing.
yeah,
As
it's
she
So that
realizes that it is
was
the exact same.
inspector.
Yeah. The inspector, the city official that said he could get me into tryout.
Wait, the city
Yeah.
official or the person who was fostering you?
Not the person who was fostering me. The foster family, basically what I was trying to say is, took the money to hide my death and ran.
Gotcha.
right?
And so,
Clarifying question.
Yes.
For Bea here.
Yeah.
The guy who shoved you in
Mm-hmm.
to the acid
I don't know about Shep.
is the
You
same
shoved it.
person
Yeah.
who was just on the balcony.
Who we think is this master of the Devode.
Who's also running all the
All
stuff.
of Prism.
Who
so
also
he's basically the person who made you set this up.
And so he's
Russ.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, when he called her a chrysalis, do I think, like, she's still in an earlier stage of development and she might, like, get a little more unhinged like the things I've seen on my planet?
You want to tell her about the things you saw on your planet?
Yes!
No. Alright, that's Al getting excited. Cabaret, God is still
Carrie,
silent.
what?
I came here to find you and discover how you gained your power because the separatists on my planet are gaining aid from somewhere, and part of that are these beings who have this glowing red power leaking from their eyes, but they're not like you. They're degraded. They're basically weapons of mass destruction.
Didn't you leak earlier?
You mother!
I can't.
If
not
you
again. I can't
are
not
a
again.
chrysalis, I fear you may become more like them.
Can I, in a weird way, minor illusion show them how I looked when I was getting pissed at
Yeah.
the dude at the
Also,
competition?
because
this?
I am a slut for chaos, the progress bar is done. Dr.
Slut for
Bellamy does not exist on any official record or database.
Damn it!
Can Rust? Actually, he wouldn't really care.
Goes over, kicks the computer, turns it off.
No, but question, like the
Whatever.
Pull the
place
power
look I
plug.
had,
Like,
can I show that to
Yeah.
you and be like, I got a little unhinged because an assassin came in the middle of regionals.
Mhm.
And I
It's
looked
like
that.
that.
Pretty upsetting.
but
And
worse.
it was very, very unhinged.
Is that basically what I've seen?
Eyes are
Yeah.
dilated,
That, but they
foaming
were
at the
much
mouth.
worse. Like, these things were just weapons.
Okay.
So, what company did this guy work for before he was?
He worked for the government, for the city of Detroit,
Oh,
as
cool.
a health inspector.
So there'll be records of, even if it was a pseudonym.
There will be records. I immediately.
I shove you over.
I go put
Ah!
the,
I
I
start
go
typing.
plug the computer back.
Yeah. Okay, well, fine. Think this is a high-tech quantum processor. Like, yeah, you plug right. Yeah. Around that time, there was a man, Mer V. No last name's given. You think V is just like short for something. But Mer, what's his name?
How many colors are in Prism?
Okay, now you're gonna have to make me think. No, Scott, 7.
Is that including white?
No, yes, because Prism itself is what we think is above, like what the 7 colors of
Are
red,
white
orange,
light
yellow,
refracted, so
green,
what-
blue, purple, gray.
How do you spell Murby?
Mer V, MURR, and V. It's given VEE, but you're thinking like, oh, it might have been cut up. Like the record you're finding is like one of those like old scan in way back in the day where they were just switching over to like electronic stuff. So V, it looks like VEE dot. So you're not sure what V completely stands for.
Does this look like an alien name?
Mer V, hell yeah. Like when you break out of a American name convention or even like a human naming conventions, how we name after like either family members or relations or things around us. What's a Mer V in real life? Right, like so that could be a hella alien name.
Well, next time he shows up, call him Murby.
There is another
Call him
name
Murph.
though of someone who worked in the same department that catches all your eyes. Young intern by the name of Roger Jones.
The fucking governor.
Maybe the governor shoved you in the vat.
You mean future presidential candidate, Dove? You see Zane very sarcastic. Haven't you heard he announced it? Dude's
Of
gone
course
for.
he did.
Dude's going for the party. bill.
Okay, so
Why wouldn't he?
if he wins, I guarantee
fucked.
you that I will assassinate him, and I will go to prison just like
I'll do it.
You know, the best place is there's actually And I bring up the map. Please tell me
We
you've
are
seen the
not
map.
gonna
I'm
bring this up. I can't get investigated, guys. I'm not doing this. I'm not getting investigated by the FBI today.
There's been a lot of stuff dumped on me today. What exactly does Governor Jones have to play into this? He's been pretty.
No.
I've been gone, but
Oh, I tell him exactly
he's a
what he
dick.
said.
Guess what I
At
said
your
at your funeral?
funeral.
Yeah.
cool.
Bam.
Hey,
What did he say?
Zane, I'm gonna need to ask you a favor. Don't touch me. I stand up and start walking towards the door. I'll be back in like an hour. I'm just gonna go.
Wait, Toast, before you go, I have something to give you.
Don't kill him yet,
Why?
because there's a speedster as his protective guard, and he's.
You see, Zane, that's why they brought me on the
Oh,
team.
then do touch. Come with me.
Hey, man, we're gonna figure out what
Bruce.
we are. I think Psyche,
No, I gotta say, Dove through socks is like,
Psyche, and
I'm
they
stupid.
made like a secret pact that we're not allowed to date on the team. So I don't know. You weren't
Secret
here
pact.
when
Did
the
they
pact
make it
was
because
made?
of Dove?
Yeah, yeah, and like I wasn't trying to overhear, but like this is a small compound. It's acoustics are great. I don't know. You weren't a part of the pack though, so like I
I
don't know.
wasn't
We
either.
could date a little bit. I don't know how though. You're like not technically my type. Anyway,
Maybe.
let's not kill the governor because there's a speedster protecting, and
And
if he's
other
juiced, I can't
evil
catch him.
People who are probably also guarding him at the same time. We don't have a way to get to him yet.
Last time we got close to any one of these guys with Hector Winthrop, the dude died.
Wasn't that Carl's fault?
No.
Everyone looks at poor Carl.
I pressed a button.
So, just to be clear, our goal is to kill a god,
What?
essentially?
Saints. Hey.
That's what you want to say.
Yeah, that might be our end
Probably.
game, but
That's a
we'll-
bit of an end game.
Maybe 2.
maybe 2.
I'm sorry?
Well, I literally told you guys this 8 hours ago.
No,
Oh,
the
yours!
jellyfish
The
guy.
jellyfish
Hey.
one.
Yeah, you're all on that like sugar high of the
No,
ice
sorry,
cream
I
cake.
thought
It's
you
been
were
a long day
insinuating
though.
that
Like,
you'd put me down if I ever became a danger to the
Wow,
group. Which, do so.
thinking
No,
you're
no,
a
no.
Yeah.
I
god.
immediately look at me, it's like, do so if I do.
I will.
yeah, I thought
I need
we
to talk
agreed.
to Rust privately.
Hey, the fact that he mentioned
Gotta-
that you're a god once does not make you one.
No, but I'm a chrysalis. I could hurt everyone.
Okay, but those creatures are also not devote. They
Yeah,
are
a
creatures
chrysalis that
created
I
by
could
the
slap
devoted.
pretty easily. That's not. I don't know.
Well,
God,
we
chrysalis.
need
No, I'm not trying to say I'm a god. I'm saying I could be a threat. So if I do, take me down. Oh my
And
gosh!
so could
she
Rust,
should
and I
stop
can
me.
I
take
would
Rust
prefer
down,
researching
right?
the
Like-
process to prevent it from finishing.
I think. What was it? I mean, Carl has been killing Thwack on the sly.
What?
Hey,
Okay,
I thought that
okay.
was a secret.
I
That
thought
was like
we
a
were
birthday.
cool
You're not
here.
supposed to
Okay.
tell them.
He said the
Has
quiet part out
everyone
loud.
died but
He said the no words.
Psyche's just like, what were you doing?
What is
Behind
Look
my
at
back?
so much?
Look,
It's
it's between
fine.
Thomas and Black. Eagle's just like, has everyone died but me?
Well,
Zane,
yeah. So
we're so sorry.
when
It's
I
because
am
we
in a
chose a different way
near-death
to write you out of the
experience,
season.
I get to have
The only
visions
living
of who
person.
I was before I turned into this.
You are a
So,
smart person.
I kind of use the person who told me that he can revive me after 10 days to.
But we actually haven't tried that
We
one
haven't
yet.
tried
We've
that
been a
one
bit
yet. That
busy.
was I was gonna ask you later, but
That sounds gross.
Do we have
secrets
well,
out of
up
the bag
to 10
now?
days? So we could do it for like a couple hours, you know, instead of resting every night.
I'm just gonna pretend I'm not hearing whatever this is.
Everything's dissolving and devolving.
Yeah,
and
that continued.
Oh my gosh.
Russ would probably
Like-
start walking away. He would be like, okay, going after the governor would be stupid right now. But I am.
Hey, your
If I have
room is
permission to go
untouched.
free,
well,
I'd like to walk
had
around
something
a
to
little bit.
give you.
And I need to talk to Rust
Yeah.
privately.
do you want to do that now or later?
Whenever I can have a moment free of
I think-
madness.
I think if
Maybe
we were
he's
yelling
walking
about this,
away
we
right
This would be
now.
the yeah, like
yeah.
because Zane's probably also just like trying to talk through like, okay, so do we want to look into like it's like okay, what game plans as everything he's yelling,
Like, what's
you
the
can
next step?
quickly go sidebar.
Yeah, okay. And we can talk in your room or my room or whatever.
Can we go outside?
Yes. Sure. Except I don't have any scrying, magic, whatever.
From what it sounded like, he doesn't care about us.
No, he thinks you're. Well, actually, no. He's interested in B.
You're not there.
No, I know. I was trying to.
Yeah.
Well,
Care about
since-
us.
That's fair enough. I wanted to give this to you way sooner, and I want to preface that I never gave up on you. I even started taking a robotics class to see if there was anything I could do with this, and I hand you your eye.
Weird vertigo the second the eye comes out of the pocket. That weird perception of seeing yourself. You realize now what has been happening.
Yeah. I hold it, and you see from the cuttlefish eye socket, there's like a little gross, like it almost looks like snot coming out. It's like mucus, but it is a tear. Yeah, there's not
Right.
enough processing power in this to do anything, but I'm touched. I turn it over, like open it up. You see it's like an iris on the backside for like the access panel, and it just like goes down to like a half circle. I just pull out like a little processor that connected it to my system. Press the button.
That doesn't
The
have
second
any, like,
you touch
memory.
the processor, can you make me a con save?
Story, gosh.
Oh, that's Carl.
See,
That's
I like.
a 16.
Oh no. We immediately have to zoom in. You're standing, Rust, in a dark space. You just see he touches.
Oh no!
As you're standing in this space, here, what the hell? You turn and see yourself, or rather, Toast Boy.
Who were?
Trevor, shall we call him?
Mm-hmm.
As Trevor looks at you,
This is weird.
this is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I.
Definitely not a fan.
Kiss yourself, see what it's like.
Did you feel that?
No.
Ow. Okay.
Didn't have to,
We're
didn't have
not
to hit
linked?
yourself hard.
I didn't.
Well, are you aware of what's been happening outside?
I think so.
Do I need to make an insight? Does this look like a full
Passive insight.
other version of? Because like, is it like a full memory hard drive backed
There
up
is
somehow,
enough
or
of Toast Boy in here
Is it
that
like a
I'm not going
shadow,
to
or
tell
is it
you
like
when
a-
this shade leaves, but there's enough to offer this moment, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Passive insight of this can't remain. This is a brief glimpse, as if through a looking glass or through a time machine.
Okay.
As you see,
We.
bomb.
Is that the last little bit?
Is that what you remember?
No. It didn't end there.
It didn't. Yeah. But then I wasn't there. You did something.
I didn't do it on purpose. They probably just couldn't find you.
No, You killed a man. I killed a man.
You don't have to put that on yourself.
Right, because it's on you. But that means it's on me.
It would have 2 months ago.
Is that what we're telling ourselves?
Maybe we shouldn't use we.
Maybe we shouldn't. Shade ends. You take out the processing. It's a... Takes out everything.
You know what? I act like I'm pocketing it. As I put the processor in my pocket, I squeeze it and break it. I think you should hold on to it.
Okay.
For luck.
I'll just put it back on around.
I'm gonna make a quick check. Yeah. On a nat one, it's broken.
Do you... I asked Vanish, but do you know where Holly went?
No. I tried looking, but no, I have no idea. I could help you look. I mean, there's a lot going on right now, but I'm just glad to have a teammate back.
As you say that inside, conversation I won't say is bad, but like between everyone inside, I want to know what's everyone's thoughts and ideas. All these things have been going. You guys are finishing up this conversation outside. Duff, Black, Eaglet, Zane, and Carl, the 5 of you in here. What's kind of the game plan? What are the vibes? What do people want to try right now?
Well, I have a dead end on my background, so yay.
I'm sorry, man. We'll find something eventually, you know? It's just like...
Yeah.
Mine basically got pieced together for
in
me
your head.
and I'm
Like,
still
I can kill you
processing.
tonight.
I can kill you tonight. What a dark thing to ever hear in your head. I'll kill you tonight. Oh, good.
It's like, sweet.
I can kill you tonight.
Take a couple of hours.
I also realized that nobody ever or actually cares about my school identity, so really I should just get my dumb GED and call it a day.
I care.
See, Zane.
Sure.
Okay.
Positive.
If that's what you want, but like, we can.
No, when we were at the cheer comp, nobody was worried about me. I was worried about you. And I look over to you.
I mean, you don't know that. There was a...
Zane, we were fighting for our lives, but I
Yeah.
think we can all say with the jury,
I was
we
drowning.
are worried about you guys.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
even...
I can't
As-
respond if I'm
I mean,
electrified in the water. Drowning.
Listen,
Yeah.
it's if Psyche wants to flirt with Allie, and if Thwack wants to just get it on with whoever,
It'd
and
be kinda funny if you
Carl
got it on with
is
Ellie.
Carl, you're not
Carl.
any of us. That's not on you. I'll say at this point, you guys would walk back in for Rust and Psyche having that just aside.
I mean, there was one person I cared about. Now that I found out my father's not an asshole, too, that I cared about before I met all you guys. Wait, no, 3. The Mark. I should
Listen.
leave him out.
Duff. I noticed...
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Everybody
about the
ran.
sea.
But it's because nobody else there is like us. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean they don't care. It means they were scared.
Yeah, you're right.
I ran too before I ran all the way here.
You're right. I just...
Question then, as you are all ruminating, do you head to sleep, or try to make a plan now, or sleep on it, make a plan in the morning?
I mean,
I think personally for me,
I would like a plan.
because I might be compromised, I shouldn't be allowed
No,
near...
you know you're not.
I know.
Yeah, the
That
21
is
inside.
hard.
It's that. It's been the divinatory magic. Is
Okay.
Eagle? Sorry. I should have made that clear earlier. So
Okay.
you can kind of sleep easy. It's just you're gonna need to check more often.
Okay. Yeah, I maybe we play a plan in the morning. I don't know. I was wondering, DM, if I could do, because we have a computer that can kind of look up the whereabouts of everyone. Naomi finally has the guts to look up that person with the same name as somebody else and see.
I am so lost. Also, as a DM, you gotta tell me a
Okay.
name.
Okay.
I'm not sure what you're trying to
I want
accomplish
to
here.
know how my Kelly is doing.
Gotcha.
Remember? Okay.
Yes, thank you. That's why I'm like, you can't just give me a name for name because I'm like,
That's
there's so many names.
No!
R. Kelly, not in prison yet.
Also
it's-
rumored
Yes!
to be dating Thwack
Uh,
or Bellamy.
it's one of those like you look up, graduated, living
she
their
was
normal
older
life.
than me.
Cool. There's votes for in the morning, vote for plan now, vote for stuff.
I'm happy to figure something out now.
Let's figure out a little bit of what we're doing.
Because we hit Azure, right?
Yeah, Azure.
And I think next on our plan docket was Scarlet, but I think that was to figure out more about your stuff, but I think
Oh.
you already
Yeah,
we
know
kind
your
of...
stuff?
I kind of just want to get a confirmation so that I don't feel like I'm gaslighting myself. I don't know.
would it
But
not be wise
I
to
agree,
but I
it
follow
should
the
still
money?
be a priority so we can shut down production of these things.
Please.
That is true.
Oh, a non-mission
Are we-
related thing. She, Dove runs into her room.
Dove, no,
Grabs a
we
box.
need to be mission related.
No, hold on.
But we do have the starts of a paper trail if we wanted to hit up the paper trail.
We do.
place.
If we follow the money,
Yeah, you're right.
that
Sorry,
will be the
mission stuff.
biggest paper trail. It sounds like you guys
We
hit
can go
Azure
to
first for
Disneyland
the food
after.
and the chemical compound. That's
Oh,
smart.
was it a Disney box?
You open the box and there's magic bands for each of us, all color coded. Even one for our newest,
For Zane.
for our two newest members.
Okay.
A game plan for each of the parks to hit.
Yikes.
What foods to avoid. What foods to get.
Zanwolf,
So
let's go when we take down people trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I just saw everyone here and I don't know.
You're good. You're
I'll put
good.
it away.
So yes, Scarlet Ink could be a great place to hit up right now, or you could go after Saffron Holdings and get that for sure paper trails.
I think it's most important to get the paper trail.
I feel like the paper trails would be smart because if they know now that we're going after things, they might try and some of the paper trails if we start hitting the other places first.
That's true. When we would do inspections,
Information's power, so.
he would often shred sensitive material if he ever got scared.
Well, and we already stole the chemical, the meta enhancing chemical.
Yes.
From
So
Azure.
we already
Scarlet Industries is another chemical plant, correct?
yeah.
To its
I do
basis.
kinda
So-
wanna know
yeah.
what it made out of.
I understand that, but I think it's more important to figure out what is happening with Prism directly, and Scarlet will be on that, and maybe the paper trail, maybe the finances will tell us a little bit more about it.
May give us some information about some stuff about the place that we don't know, like trails leading to places that we didn't even know was connected to Scarlet that we
Yeah.
could then go and
But
hit.
I agree with Thwack. If we don't go now, they're gonna start hiding that.
Yeah.
We need to hide this. And I point at the big.
Oh, hear me
The
out.
board.
What about the
Board.
Trojan horses we have? If we each have a Trojan horse with the information and we burn that wall.
You have horses?
Oh,
It's like a
device
USB
that can
drive.
hold USB
I'll say even
with
Rust.
a mass amount of information.
Yeah, horses.
You put this device on a computer and it just
Steals all the
Oh,
information.
like this. He pulls out, like, his pinky has a USB, but it's, like,
I love
bent and,
that.
like, rusted. I'm like,
We can replace that.
Yeah, we'll get that.
I
fixed.
don't think we can.
Do
Hey
you want
man,
us to replace that?
it's not the size of the flash drive, but the gig in the RAM.
Can you punch
I'll
it,
go
please?
see if
I
there's
look at
any
Rust and I'm like,
Trojan horses
No, no, no.
at the pyramid.
No. I look at Rust
It
and I'm
was,
like,
yes.
do you see?
And
Yeah,
learning.
Zane is
Well,
leaving to go see if there's any fresh horses.
I want to go find a
You
chicken.
wanted to get.
I know I wanted to bang him,
See
okay?
if my,
We all make mistakes.
When you look for the Trojan horses, see if my rubber chicken is done.
Ooh. Zane's back in a flash. He was able to. Oh, I got a roll for how many Trojans. 4 Trojan horses available.
And we still had one left over from last time. So we
Big
have
old rubber chicken hammer
5.
too.
Yes.
Are my
It's meant to be a battle axe.
my hook shots in?
Oh, I didn't roll for that.
Please?
The what?
Because I can do cooler moves with the hook shots.
Yes, they are.
Yes!
They finished my rubber chicken axe, and then they're like, "Okay, I guess I'll do the hook shots now."
I
It took
guess.
The
me
rubber
5
chicken
minutes.
axe took a while. It's
That's
like,
fair.
okay, we're trying to make
Like,
something
mine
that
was
can
probably an easier
damage
order, but
and
yours got
still
in
be
first.
a squeaky toy. Wow, there's like a big like change long notebook he brings with it where it's like, okay, first we made you a hammer, it broke. Then we made you a rubber chicken shaped hammer. It was what you'd expect it to be. Then we had to try the axe form, bringing in a bit of a blade. It's like this whole thing where finally
We
they're like,
plucked a chicken and
"Here you
called
go."
it a man?
no, literally, it's like they tried so much in the R&D at the pyramid, but they have made these items. You have 5 Trojans. That's a pretty good solid idea of there's some places you can go. I will say, I'm going to kind of put the timer on. In about a minute, all of you will need sleep. It's been a day. So any just last things as a group, I will say just in that quick, like, before I go to bed, let's
Dove
bring
mumbles,
something
can we have a zombie?
up.
No.
No, well, I mean, if this
Oh, yeah.
ring is gonna protect us, shouldn't we
But
It
for an
lasts
hour.
for an hour.
It lasts for like 10 more minutes.
So a
If
Slumpy.
So what's Slumpy?
Rust walks into his room.
Yeah.
Carl looks over and is just like, I could kill you for 8 hours.
Please tell me be here.
No, this probably in the head because you don't want to bring it
Yeah.
up.
I do need sleep. But sure.
What is sleep but death?
Also, I'm sorry for ripping my arm away
Immediately
from you.
walks away.
I guess I was dealing with a lot and I just needed,
I mean, to be fair, I didn't even realize I was still holding on to you. I was mostly just trying to get away from that guy, so
Yeah.
all's good.
yeah,
That's
of
cool.
course.
I mean, if this
As
is
you kind of turn away, you see, like,
before
Dub is
long
slightly
rest,
blushing at the
it
words,
wouldn't
like,
be
I
too
didn't know I was
hard.
holding on. It's like, yeah, cool.
Here we go.
Whatever.
We have to kill Thwack right now.
Yeehaw!
As in a dark corner of the compound in the glade,
I just go over and lock the door.
Thwack on his knees with Carl with a gun
This
behind.
is so dark.
Just a straight execution.
What was this session?
What's going on? No,
Have you not
back,
heard about that
Megan.
session?
Well,
Or
we're not
this
even gonna bring
session.
in that.
I mean, this session. It's what has this session been?
Effective.
Well, yeah.
Thwack. It is a lovely, warm day. I've been waiting for this.
Lights in the background.
I love that so much.
Small little village. There are burros around, each with little colored packs. Local children of this village running in and out between them, playing tag, you think. There's a couple people here, as this isn't just your expedition. It's been an expedition. Or it's been more than one. It's been a year or two before your brain can't put that piece together. You know, like, there's a piece missing still. Like, even in this, like, where you see the man, this South American, very tan, beautiful man. Dr. Bellamy, you're awake.
Ah, yes. Beautiful town.
Well, are we off to the temple?
Yes. By the way, what town are we in?
Time?
Town.
Oh, town. Well, we are in Santa Maria, a small town. By your best geographical understanding, I believe we would be 200 miles south of the Amazon.
Perfect. Just as I thought.
You feel, yeah, just as I thought. You see, this man. Doctor, please,
I was
let's get you
testing
some
you.
coffee before you trip on yourself. Like, just in that, like,
Please.
oh, you're not doing great. Coffee's a blur, loading up is a blur, and before you realize it, you are out walking the paths.
No,
This
you like
man
a
has
professor, like
machete.
Indiana
Ching, ching,
Jones.
ching. Yes. Oh, what do you think you look like in this moment?
No, he's definitely a Milo Thatch.
A Milo Thatch, or a Indiana Jones, or a Laura Croft, or
Is he
like
wearing a sweater that has red and blue on it? Possibly some sweaters?
possibly it's just chains.
It's
It's just like a real life you. No, what do you think though you look like?
I definitely didn't think about it.
Exactly.
Oh,
Improv.
Oh no.
I've been waiting on this music also for many sessions.
I feel like
I feel like I'm playing Fate.
he's a little Indiana Jones-ish, but yet probably in the same effect where it's like he is more Milo Thatch like.
There's the
Where
glasses, but there's
the
still a leather jacket.
glasses.
There's yeah.
And if he wanted to, he could
Milo
like
Thatch
slick
has a
back,
sense of
look more sleek, like
So what actual archaeologists look like? Wonderful
like,
people that are
disheveled.
pushing horizons, but are disheveled, haven't slept in a week,
And if he,
on
like,
so much coffee.
put in the
yeah.
effort, then he could look.
Oh, for sure.
he
Like,
would be the interest of the party.
you go
but-
back to any academic function, and it's full of tens. Like, I'm sorry, those historians, right? They're all beautiful and tuxes and gowns and different attire. when you're out doing the work, you all look like Milo Thatch. It's a fact of life where it's like, and we're all now. Scrunkly, just feeling gross, little gremlins out in the wild.
He's got a backpack, or more of like
the man
satchel.
turns behind you. Dr. Bellamy, keep off. What's on your mind today? You see, he kind of like takes a half step back to fall in line with you.
Just a little at a loss for everything. If that makes sense.
You see, he just kind of... It's easy to lose oneself out here.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Now, I personally haven't been here since I was a boy. But you never forget the jungle. You never forget the beautiful air, the animals. It's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's crazy what we're looking for, isn't it?
Truly is.
Yeah.
Some terrifying animals out here. They make weird noises. The ones that make the weird noises will poison you.
Honestly, they poisonous.
Yeah, very poisonous. Yep, snake. You see, he kind of like takes a snake that's coming out, puts it back onto a branch. Days? Maybe it was weeks. It couldn't have been years, but maybe. Time has passed, and you find yourself in front of a grand temple, hidden beautifully in nature with the grass and vine and flora and fauna, like a beautiful quilt work etched over the stone. Your companion, that I will just kind of throw out, you still don't really know the name of, is slowly cutting away some of the fauna and, the flora around one of the stones, and you see a etched carving with Dr. Bellamy's passive history. You think this is just around that ancient Mayan era. As takes it back. You were right. It's here.
Incredible.
You don't look too happy. Is this not what we looked for?
You know how we talked about losing yourself?
Yes.
I kind of forgot what I was here for.
Well, shall we go find it?
Sure.
You see, he kind of like clasps you on the shoulders. Well, whatever we find in there, you've been nothing more than a lifelong friend and good companion to me. Thank you, Doctor.
Can I do a history check?
Please
just
do
to
so.
See if I remember why I'm here, or...
Yeah.
If you're not banging the dude, I feel like that's a crime.
Wild. Wild. Truly wild.
Gets lonely out, man.
It gets lonely.
Well, I rolled
Those
an 18 on the
beasts, they
dice.
sound weird.
Oh, 18 on the die.
19.
Oh, 19. With Dr. Bellamy's stats. Oh, his first name had a vowel. You remember that? It wasn't a consonant. It was maybe
Was it V?
biblical? Biblical vowel, like a Isaiah, you want to say? All you remember, Jimenez had to be the last name. As Jimenez, that's the one where, like, because again, when you look at passports, when you look at stuff, Mr. Jimenez, Mr. Bellamy, like, doing those, like, quick checks, that's what's engraved, but the first name is just off ever so slightly. Jimenez definitely was the last name.
And then something biblical.
Something biblical, maybe. It couldn't have been Isaiah, though. That doesn't sound right. Walking up the steps of the temple takes you a bit of a way.
Jesus. That's also a consonant, Eleanor. Unless you speak in Latin.
Jesus. Yeah, no. Inside the temple, we are going to change the music here. The torchlight around you, hitting the walls, etching the shadows. Ever so often, as wont to do, there are traps. But Jimenez, he's amazing. He can see exactly. You yourself aren't bad at finding them, but this is why Jimenez is here. He knows the land. easily bypassing any minor pitfalls or traps. Nothing crazy. Like, let's be honest. That to have something that big as a trap would require something inhuman to keep up. As you venture further, you see etched carvings of strange beings. They don't look like a jaguar, snake, or eagle, things that you would find carved. These beings look unnatural, monstrous, proportions in strange ways.
Alien, you could say.
Well, as Jimenez would well, we're not fools. Everyone knows that would be ridiculous.
Would it?
We shall see.
Hey, just leaving it open. Mine's disappeared.
Bernie,
So where'd they go?
that is your current proposed thesis, Doctor.
Yeah.
As it was? What happened to like? That's one of those like I guess what.
Like, I guess I'm here to figure out why the Mayans disappeared.
In. That is a failure. Something makes a noise deep within this temple. And not enough to be like, oh, animal maybe? You hear footsteps somewhere deep inside.
If you're bringing me up, would I be able to try to be just like, not so I could see, but so I could like hear him if he...
Maybe.
He's within 30 feet of me.
Yes.
Oh,
He is a dead creature, but he's within 30 feet.
I don't
Here's
think
what
I
I'll
would
give you, though.
call
This is what's fun.
out to be pulled out.
Thwack is within 30 feet of you.
But Bellamy
Bellamy isn't.
Naomi isn't.
Fancy.
As you're in too deep, in a good way. Dr. Bellamy. Jimenez immediately, that hand on his shoulder, just... I thought we were alone.
Apparently there's something in here.
Machete comes out. You pull simple revolver. Or was it a pistol? Or no? It was a hunting rifle? Some pieces are still not there yet. Entering
So
into...
you just wouldn't be able to tell what's in your hands. Like,
It's too
Like
dark.
an old bit video game, just like I'm holding something. You know.
You
just black and
creep
white.
your way forward. I need a dexterity saving throw. Jimenez succeeds.
I'm gonna use this guy. Or does that not count? Because it's...
Whack has inspiration. Dr. Bellamy does not have inspiration at this point of his life. Dr. Bellamy
Wasn't me.
On a 4.
That idiot.
You feel hands over your mouth and eyes and are dragging it dark to you. Doctor! Gone. Your eyes blink forward. You don't remember going unconscious, or maybe that's what got you, was unconsciousness. You are on a stone plinth, tied down. All around you are hooded figures. One steps forward, speaks in Spanish, or an old Hispanic dialect that you know a little bit enough. Jimenez was able to speak it with some locals. You catch words. Intruder, deal with, sacrifice, finish. Another figure steps forward, speaks in perfect English. We can use this.
Yeah,
Hasn't seen too much.
that's not needed.
Figures kind of like turn, realize you're awake. The one that spoke English. Hello. I apologize for this, but we can't really have you messing up now, can we?
So, can I... Did Carl... Wait, he's still hooded, right? I can't see his
still
face.
hooded, yeah.
Could I try and see.
Go ahead, yeah. Give me a perception check. I'll let you know as Dr. Bellamy have a +1 right now.
18.
18. You look in under that hood. There is a man, very dark skinned, not quite unlike Jimenez, but you don't think he's from South America.
Right.
You're wondering, like, beautiful dark skin, like maybe Africa couldn't be though, but like maybe, because you're realizing though that not everyone here is of the same proportion, gender, or skin color. You're realizing that everyone looks a little bit different.
Very inclusive.
They're
So,
inclusive cultists.
Prism, huh?
You see a voice. Quiet! How do you know? Immediate murmuring. Using a bit of that real world knowledge. The figure that spoke perfect English up. That is rather unfortunate.
Master?
For you. How do you know this name? Prism.
Prism?
So it seems you know more than you should.
Well, I came here to figure out why the Mayans disappeared, I think.
Oh, you're a researcher. Well, that's unfortunate for you. As
And that was, I think, who hired me.
the man reaches into a cloak, brings out a ceremonial blade.
So you're gonna turn me into goo?
Unfortunately, you're not necessary. No one was supposed to be here. You just in the wrong place at the wrong time, my friend.
It's a fun little ritual.
It's a pity your life is meaningless.
Is it?
The knife comes up. Cut immediately across the hand. Hyman is coming. Boom, boom. As he tries to stab. Oh no. Immediately is grappled. I rolled a 18 and a 20 because advantage. There's just so many.
Hey, with
He
the power being a perfect 10,
stabs
can Jimenez roll
in
again?
to a couple people.
Perfect 10.
Like a couple people look
Thank you for
injured
privilege.
as they turn.
We
As
have
this man,
Robbie
who are
Giant.
you? And you see him. Let the doctor go. We'll find you. Trying to like break away. As this man. Interruptions. So many interruptions. We just need time. We just need time. Well, doctor, you see this man turns in. You see those dark eyes staring. It seems that your life is not worthless. You will help us then today with a bit of a test. The legends always said we needed two.
Two.
Turns ceremonial blade, stabs into Jimenez's chest deep.
I'll find you later.
As
Nods at him.
blade slides out, head toppling down the steps, body falls, blood draining down the steps of this ancient temple.
Maybe I will.
This man turns. Now we just need something very important from you, Doctor. We just need your humanity. Thank
Right. That's how I.
you. You arch back, lightning
Oh, I love
cracks. You are in darkness and hear a voice. What is it? What are you? Who is it? What's going on? Beasts that you saw etched in. Disproportionate. Ears bigger than their eyes. Teeth where claws should be. Strange. Strange is this being. Strange is he to come into our place. What are you? Who are you? What are you?
I'm whatever you want me to be.
Deep language that, unfortunately, you do not speak correctly. Yes, you will be. Many years has been a sacrifice to be given, but incorrect. They have not done it correctly.
Tell me how to do it correctly and I'll go fix it.
No. One monstrous form approaches you. But you cannot stay. We are the ones that reside here. We are the ones. 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 You must be banished. You must be taken. Banish him. Banished. Take him. The creature puts singular, strange, rabbit-esque hand on your forehead. Face leaning in. Face of a weird, misshapen monster. Be gone. Poof. As they throw your head back, you die. And in this moment, Carl, you know with your natural intuition, he is dead on the floor. There's nothing left right now. It has been a couple hours, but even with magical sense of like, he's only mostly dead. Thwack now lying here is nothing. There's no spirit even close, so if you were to do anything, it would have to be now.
I guess. Well, I had Gentle Repose on him. Is that being cancelled out? Because that should... Okay.
Gentle Repose is just cancelled out.
Yeah, it's like 2 o'clock. I'm tired.
What am I starting to look like?
You are just a puddle at this point.
Oh, he's like melting.
That's
like
why it's like, oh, there's like
his
nothing.
spirit's gone,
nothing
where
left.
like his body is deteriorating.
It's like the ink is starting to dry. There's like nothing in there.
Let me just real quick see.
Just bubbling into the
I know this is not the purpose of this spell, but sorry, I just saw animate dead. I was like animate dead. I don't think there's anything else like casting Gentle Repose again won't do anything.
I'm gonna check.
Because that should be it basically effectively extends. It pauses their death
Yes,
clock.
it will. It will. It will.
Yeah.
So therefore, it will now rework. You watch. So yes, basically what just happened. Gentle Repose ended somehow, and now it's when you do it. You're back to that weird. The ink is still ever so slightly bubblish move. Like you know that like okay, this isn't normal.
Yeah. I'm slapping it on him again because I told him I'd give him as much time as possible. So, but I'm gonna watch him closer now in case it ends. Like before, I was just kind of like dicking around, but now I'm like
Nothing.
Hear me out. Can he please have a switch light and be
Happens.
playing like Animal Crossing or
As
something? And be like, oh wait.
You are just a spirit for the remaining hours. You're watching this. The spirit must be back, or something must have paused,
floating around.
and that's about it.
Okay. I want us to both have enough time to take a short rest before whatever happens tomorrow. So whenever we hit that time is when I would wake him or revivify him.
You revivify early hours of the morning. Thwack, you feel your consciousness.
I have a wet towel for you, like a cool towel to like put on your forehead or whatever. Anything new? Anything good?
Well, it was prison.
Oh shit. Sorry.
In this room. No shit.
Logan,
Like,
I
wow.
love Logan.
Alright.
Yeah. Went to some freaky temple down at the like 200 San
200 miles below the Amazon River. You're not entirely
below
sure.
the Amazon River.
That could be a lot of places, unfortunately, but important thing is, you know, that's not where the mine should have been.
It
But
was like
you
around
found something in there.
this town that
Santa
shades
Maria.
green- Santa Maria.
Yep.
Yeah. Then we went 200 miles south, found a temple, a mine temple. Don't know if you know about that.
No.
Carl.
There was a guy named Jimenez, which I'm gonna go look up on the computer because I think he was important, possibly, who got murdered, and then I was sacrificed by a bunch of, I think, Prism associates.
Huh.
Yeah, I made the mistake of bringing it up without asking first which specific person hired me. So that's my bad.
Well,
so we
no.
still don't.
You were in a memory, right?
Yeah.
So couldn't we just send you in again later and have you ask different questions? If they were able to respond,
I will give you this. After living through it, you don't think that was a memory. Or you got to relive a memory that shouldn't have still been present.
Right. Yeah. I don't think I can.
like, any more memories or just that one?
I don't know. But I'm not gonna risk it because the last however many hours it was of time that I was in there, I was just floating in a black void.
Oh, that is my fault. You started deteriorating even with the.
That's probably what
Powers-
they meant by banished. Yeah, I met some freaky creatures.
What did they look like?
Similar in a way to me, I think.
Well, I don't
Rather
think you look
cartoonish.
freaky.
Rather cartoonish. Very freaky looking.
Well, it's like it is like
Mine.
3:00 in the mornings, and I think Psyche's gonna kill me if we don't get you rested up.
Yeah, and you're the one who can bring people back, so.
I'll be completely honest. Having already taken his long rest and is now at the door, good option. You see Zane just like, I brought you some warm milk and cookies to get that good short rest in.
Hear what
I can't help. I'm so sorry.
Do you not sleep for the same amount of time? As
Not
other
at
people?
all. It's more like I just kind of am trancing in and out. And when I'm awake, I just have so much free time. It feels like I swear I try not to listen in.
No.
I get
It's,
it.
I'm not worried about you hearing it.
Yeah, but.
Oh no, I've already taken my rest. Yeah, no, I just made you guys.
Yeah, so if you want to, like, Google up some of the stuff that.
Yeah, I got you. I'll start in on some of the
Yeah,
research
just like
for you.
Jimenez, the Mayan Temple, research,
Mhm.
all that jazz.
Gotcha.
And then it's like, I'm gonna go to bed.
And I'll let you guys short rest. Tell me how you want to do your hit points and everything. Waking
Because
up with.
We short rested beforehand, I remember, and I used
Yes,
all my hit dice.
And you're
to
already
revive.
full. Yeah,
Full.
so I think you're both good then, actually.
Yeah, it's just my spell point.
It's the spell
slots, but
points
I
or
don't even
other
get that
little
long before
abilities
that.
to short rest get back.
Yeah.
We will
So I
then
should be-
do that little smash cut next morning around the table. Zane will give this and he'll say, "Do I tell everyone what I
Yeah,
found?"
well. Yeah, so I killed myself again.
He did not. It was me. I used this spoon.
You used a
don't wanna
spoon?
know.
Psyche's just gonna take some centering breaths.
So,
Yeah,
okay,
so
okay, my therapist said I just need
you
to.
know
relax,
I
that
look over at
calm.
Psyche and
that
like,
final
chai,
branch.
vanilla.
Yeah,
I
makes
walk
sense.
over to the kitchen. They start making.
You guys, in sharing this information, Zane will show
It's
you
like
what
trying
he
to
was
do
able to
gentle
do in
parenting
the hour
is not
like you
for-
guys took that
for her
like
team.
smash cut rest. Zane found this for you. I made the rolls. No knowledge of anyone going in and out of the Amazon recently. What he did find is that there have been people interested in the mines and disappearance for ages. A lot of different people are interested about that. Couple missing holes in a lot of places. You see Zane just, there's missing information in a lot of places.
Gotcha.
I don't know what to do with this. You gave me Jimenez, the last name. There's a lot of people with that last name.
Yeah.
You
Ezekiel,
know,
Isaiah.
though, we know a Jimenez, though.
We do.
Maybe it was late. Ernest E.
That's not from the Bible.
No, I mean from school.
Oh my.
Is he evil?
gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Zane. That's why I thought you wanted me to look it up. Because
Oh, shit.
Ernest, that's not biblical though.
Yeah, so the guy who was in the vision was named something biblical.
Maybe it's
You know,
his
like
kid.
maybe it's his dad or grandpa who died.
You hear a yell from the kitchen. History doesn't repeat, but it often rhymes. Two nerds getting lost.
Well, I guess I need to ask him. I'll just text him. Hey, by any chance, was one of your ancestors a paleontologist who went to the Amazon?
That's a loaded
So
question.
niche.
Well,
Sorry, that's metagaming, but he asked E about the paleontology club. Like, E knows he's getting interested in this stuff.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be an out of the blue question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's true.
E responds. I mean, that's weird to ask. Why do you want to know?
Well, I was looking up a couple of people doing research, and when I asked the guy at the paleontology club, the teacher, whose name?
If he needs to do any
Mr.
persuasion,
Tetch.
I'll help him.
Tatch, excuse me. Yeah.
I asked him about like this research, and that I had heard about somebody who had the same first name or the same name as I did, and then I looked kind of into it and heard of Jimenez, who also had a vowel name.
E texts back, all caps. Shut the fuck up. Don't text me. Dot 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 dot
I walk
dot
back in
dot
with
dot
my
dot.
various different cups of, little
I will
drinks
tell
for
you,
everyone.
E will be texting you back,
Toast.
but you will not have time to
Sure.
all talk as a group.
Order still the same.
So there's a connection there,
Hmm.
because you know how E kind of has been like,
Do you want a
oh my gosh, Bellamy. Yeah, now he's like, don't ever talk to me.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, that's kind of sus, because he was like your bro thing, you know?
Don't stop, Carl.
Zane, just do we follow up with E to see if this helps us with the rest of Prism?
Yeah. We
because
also
I
probably
feel
don't
like
want to be murdered.
knowing where I came from, now knowing that, yeah, it was kind of a memory, but also wasn't, and I was able to interact with it.
Can make a roll.
Well,
Also went back and like,
You
hey, I'm
can
sorry
then-
about my hurtful comment earlier. I was trying to be funny, but I wasn't fully wait. What I was trying to
didn't
say
hear
is
it.
just too nerd
Zane puts
I
a
didn't
hand
even
on his
catch
shoulder.
it.
walking away eating my
No,
Danish.
stay here. We're trying to have a team
Mm.
meeting.
well, I would assume you've told us kind of the details
Yeah,
of what.
Yeah, I
Okay, yeah,
explained
so,
in detail. The,
Yeah, Rust would be like, so it's you can pass as a normal kid when we go out. Maybe it's not E's dad. Maybe it's him. It's just something to consider.
So you said it takes two, or they said it needed two,
Yeah.
right?
But I became a cartoon.
Who's to say that
He
He
didn't
doesn't.
as well.
That's
He's wearing
true.
a disguise.
I mean,
I'm made out of goddamn metal, and I can have that. I mean, you're looking down at like a little cartoon character. Like maybe that's not the strongest example of hiding.
Moldy, sogging
Like-
wet piece of toast pops out of your shoulder. Yeah, like you are
might
not
wanna
normal.
clean out
Oh,
your
Jesus.
toast stick.
Oh,
yeah.
that's been in there.
Yeah,
What?
that's
Yeah,
the
Yeah,
answer.
but I mean, I have the connections of warriors, so maybe he got
Pulled to the other side.
Dot, 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 dot,
pulled to the
dot,
other
dot,
side.
dot, 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 dot.
Oh.
Sorry. Touchy subject. Why are you asking?
Jorts.
Don't answer that.
Jorts.
we need some time. Just leave him on red.
I think
I mean,
that's
he
more
left
suspicious.
you on
Just say
red.
you're curious. You and one of
That's
your
more
best friends. No, you and one of your best friends, both interested in or you're interested in paleontology, going after it, and you find people who have the same last names as you and your best friend. That's a fucking cool coincidence.
Yeah,
You don't have to follow
I
up.
was just gonna like
yeah, like
quote by
Dude,
quote
it was just kind of cool
what
looking.
What
Toast
Toast was-
said.
like it would
Thank
be
you.
more suspicious to just be like, I'm not gonna respond to
That's
my
fair.
best
Just
friend.
say, I just thought it was a funny coincidence. Sorry, but it was touchy.
That like.
And I have like hella persuasion, so like I can help.
Offer advantage. Give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
What did I miss?
A lot.
Zane brought up, well, you asked me to research Jimenez.
Yeah.
That's E's last name, Ernest. That kid you're friends with at
Like
school.
Claire's best friend.
And when he asked, E
You're the
basically
kid.
in all cap went, "Shut the fuck up, don't text me." But immediately the ellipses started, so it's like a big text thing. Just came through. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. 23. You send verbatim like these two talking you through. E texts back. All of you, of course, kind of reading over the shoulder. E says, "Sorry, just yeah, I had some family. My uncle used to be really into paleontology, but skipped out on the family a few years back. I just thought it was something you and I were getting into. Didn't want to make it awkward. You good?" With like a finger gun emoji of like, "You good?" Like,
Okay, so he says it's his uncle who skipped out on the family. It could be your theory. So
We'll
we
keep
need
an
to
eye
keep
on
an
it.
eye out.
Did you get paint on your pants today, Megan?
Wait, so are we thinking that this mysterious uncle was the guy you saw in your memory?
Possibly.
Okay.
That's got a lot. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna not do the left on red. I'm gonna like exit out after like when I see the ellipses. I'm gonna exit out, and then whenever it pops up with the little bubble, I'm gonna read the
You do
message
the
and then just
cover,
swipe
yeah.
away,
Yeah.
so it doesn't.
That is
Register
useful,
that.
okay.
You guys
can do
know
that,
you can
kids.
just turn off red receipts,
Yeah.
right?
that's so much work.
I literally.
I gotta use that August usage.
Yes, that's it. Just, I don't
Looking-
have time.
Looking back, you guys probably realize Toast Boy never ever had red receipts.
Yeah. It's like, gosh, it
Yeah,
takes
so
like,
he
you have to like go into the
turns
settings and like, there's so much in setting. No,
Is today a school day?
no, this is the weekend.
Okay, good, because I was gonna say
wasn't,
Rust.
The pool party
Uh,
started on a
yeah.
Friday. This is Saturday.
And I think I would have caught Rust up on how we said, oh,
John went
Trevor's
home.
Mom
with
died.
his
Trevor,
family.
yeah.
And like that
was our
Okay.
for your
Am I
age.
expected to go back to school? What's
not necessarily.
Not
Only if you
really.
want to.
If you want to, but Holly
You were
now
I
has been gone
would-
for 2 months, so
Yeah.
if you want to,
Yeah.
I would say yes. You can go.
And here's also what I'll give you guys. In a good way, your next plans that you make, it will smash cut. Very unlike D&D, you guys have reached a point in this campaign where, kind of like with the Azure company, it's your next step, we will jump to that. Like, you guys have gotten into a really good rhythm and you have a lot of good information where you will have school, and I'll be making rolls ever so slightly for, like, checks, especially if Eagle and Trevor want to go back to school, you could. But the big stuff right now with Prism, I need to know what you want to do, because that will help dictate other roles that have to happen. Like, so much could.
I'm just trying to research in my copious amounts of notes, because my dad worked for Prism.
Mm-hmm.
Did we ever figure out what specifically like company he worked for?
It was.
Basically like
Just
SC
like a
Johnson.
small-
It wasn't one of the big
Yeah.
companies. It was
He was saying it was a smaller
It was a
company
smaller
that
one.
was
pharmaceutical.
technically Prism, but
Right, because
we
it was
feel like he was
a
deeper
scientist working
something.
on genetic modification of plants and animals, and then he disappeared. So I kind of just want to figure out why I'm
Take a
like
step
this.
You want to
in
make
that
me an investigation check?
Yes. Yes.
And I'll say, you're doing that. We're just going to keep going around, like, coming back. Eaglet, is there anything you want to try helping either look up or questions you have?
Maybe, because some of the information that I'm most interested in, I don't know if we have a way to get it yet, because I'm very interested in trying to analyze what's going on with her and that development of the whole Dove thing. I don't know if there's a way, like, we have to figure that out here, or if it's like we gotta wait till we raid Scarlet and find
That
out
would
more
be-
that way, or...
you're kind of right. It would be a let's go to Scarlet and figure out what's going on.
You still there?
Yeah.
Or
so-
make a plan, kind of like the Azure Company of let's head to Scarlet or
So
figure out that.
I'm not sure if there's anything that I can do like around here, and
Okay.
we just have more puzzle pieces.
That's good though. Yeah, I'm just making sure that in this planning stage of like if other things need to be incorporated. Carl/Toast.
Rust would be making it very clear to be. Anytime you need me, he gets a comm setup, whatever. But I'm not going back to school.
That's okay. Yeah, that's-
And he's
Doing Carl.
well,
You know, Carl-
he's gonna go talk to Vanish
Riverdale?
because he is more worried
Yeah.
about her leash and ask if he would be allowed to. Not asking for permission, but it's basically saying like, "I'm gonna do this. Are you gonna lock me up?"
Yeah.
If he would be allowed to just look for Holly.
I'll tell you, no check needed. Yes, but regular check-ins every other day.
Yeah.
Some sort of even if it's just a text, like you gotta let us know you're out there. If that makes sense. Like,
it's checking in with your parole officer.
Yep.
So yeah, I would just kind of be like, I'll be. And anytime any strike happens, any move, I'm here. I'll just hop in whatever teleport I'm closest to. But
Oh, by the
not
way,
my priority.
Vanish, do we have any magic
You don't have to
sensors?
go back to school. I was just saying if you
No.
needed to.
That- easy enough.
Add 'em
The
in.
magic sensors are easy enough to install for some slight protection, but there's nothing to like. It's hard to sense magic unless you have someone who is magical, constantly going. And now I shall try the divinatorial spells. Well, we must protect Abjuria. Like, you gotta have someone physical. It's so hard to make a magic sensor because magic is magic.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
then I explained the reason for wanting one.
Love is love, magic is magic.
But,
so magic.
yeah, so we have the big boss of the people spying on us, so that's fun.
When a mother and a child get
You
iced
can
to
explain it.
alone.
Best Vanish will give is just go stealth.
Hmm.
Is keep it high and tight. Don't let anyone really listen in on you. Constantly check in. Just because it's so hard, unless you become a high enough spellcaster, it's hard to tell.
Oh,
And so I will say, I will never trick you again. Kind of like in Disney D&D, we have that moment where like
Like once we
Merida
figured
saw
out
Meg was
Beta
able,
Meta for
like,
following us
since
and
you guys
doing
kind of
there.
know, I'm not gonna make you check because anytime it would happen, it's easy enough of like I'm doing my regular check-in. Haha, let's get it.
I've got
yeah,
divine
before we
sense.
start every
Psyche
meeting,
does
she
a
lays
bit
it
of
down.
a magic circle. Psyche casts invisibility. You cast detect. Like I'm just gonna
and we don't put our crap on that board anymore.
exactly.
Yeah.
No.
Destroy that.
Dove. Any.
I've started to write memes just to annoy him if he does
Okay.
check in. Anyhow, no, that's not what I'm doing though. My father's case. How long does he have on death row before his execution date? This happens.
Right, that's
About
the thing that's happening.
3 months.
Okay. Because he's safer in the prison than on parole, so I need to be able to clear him and then get him safely to the pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Have any hearings started yet? Are there going to be any hearings?
A couple of hearings in about a week or so.
Okay. I'm gonna be wanting to work with Vanish and Mark about, if it makes sense, bringing Naomi Dawson back to life.
Mm-hmm.
To testify that,
Excellent.
because normally a kid doesn't question adult authority, and a random woman came up to me and said, "I'm a foster agent. I'm taking you. Your father has abandoned you."
Cool. Flack. Anything you want to throw into the pot of this planning idea stage?
Sorry, I know we should work on prison, but also I don't want my dad to die on our land.
No, that's fair. I think that's a good idea.
Thank you.
I want to try and look up a little further to see if I can figure out anything about E's uncle.
Okay.
Because he's a name that we know. And if
This is fun.
there's a tie to
It's
him,
family history.
yeah,
I go
little
to
family history to see
familysearch.org.
if
Family history. I
he
knew
was
it.
if he was a bigger portion of
Yeah.
like in the paleontology world, well known,
Here's
and if
what's-
you could tie him to
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
company
Oh
that
yeah.
hired
Oh,
him.
gotcha. In which case, I do need an investigation check, but I will tell you that there are things that there will be no check needed for. So go ahead and make me an investigation. We're gonna come back in going around. We're kind of do that round robin as we go. What was your check that you made
I
earlier?
did an 18.
18. Your dad is a ghost in the system.
Hmm.
I will say on an 18, you feel with confidence he's not involved in any company you've yet to look at, because there would be something. So
not even like parent company.
as
Use this.
yeah, as in can't be Scarlet. Definitely doesn't feel like Saffron Holdings. You went to Azure Company. Rainforest is pretty solid under their CEO Jared Zena. I mean, dude's a trillionaire. Like, he's got all this stuff.
The dude doesn't let his employees go to the bathroom.
Yeah, right. Like, they everything going on with, of course, Roger Jones with his campaign trail, but also with the Violet stores and everything, all seems normal.
Mhm.
If your father's involved, it might be through Orange, whatever that is. But it's that you know, but then you really don't still.
Right.
What is orange? What's this last color? Eagle.
So, Dove started talking about her dad, which reminded me about my mom, and now I have some going down the rabbit hole questions about, do I think her disappearance is probably linked to Prism, and that's why that's like, nobody knows what happened to her, like, oh, because this shady organization maybe, like, that's... And then B, it's,
30-20.
you know, reminding me of everything else, you know, that they're doing, sending supplies and everything. What are they getting out of it? Like, what's in it for Prism for, you know, sending these red barbarian creatures and everything?
So,
hey, on a dirty
Why are they trying to
20,
destabilize Spy?
I will tell you this.
Red Barbarian, similar to the one we fought.
Ernest
Red Barbarian?
Whatever she's gonna turn into.
Ernest Jimenez has a father and a mother, no other family. The no check needed is there is no uncle. There never was an uncle. The check you made because you were trying to see any connection to companies, this is a blank area. What Zane didn't realize, maybe just, again, super speed, is a bit of a detriment. Both a Dr. Bellamy and a something Jimenez have been scrubbed. Like, there's enough of, like, weird, there's nothing. It's enough of, like, there should be basic public census or records, no matter where you come from. Like, of...
Like, there should be a birth certificate somewhere.
Somewhere. And E has never given you a reason to think he's lying. He might be. And yet, to have that reaction, to be open, you feel like you persuade him to have nothing, that's pretty blank. It's like someone got taken out and no one knows where they are.
So, probably yes, but I have no ideas on, like, what's in it for Prism. Why are
What
they
is in it for Prism? I mean, taking out people that get close, taking out powerful political figures like your mother, even taking out superheroes. What's their end goal?
It's the Illuminati.
It's kind of feeling like Deep State shit.
Did Dove's
Steve?
mother
Yeah.
actually die of cancer?
Replacing
Yes,
them?
I will give you that. Important. Did she die? I won't let you go
wanted
back.
to
Bad
check,
evil
please.
woman.
Red string.
She's the big boo.
Yeah.
Is this like a create a power vacuum to fill it type thing?
Well, Roger Jones just announced his candidacy for president.
And he's a
What's the problem with having someone in power? There's only people in your way.
Okay, so Prism's trying to take over, like, the galaxy?
I'd say more than just that, but yeah.
The universe?
Think about it.
They're starting.
They're everywhere. Eaglet has come back, and Prism is destabilizing her planet.
That's true, and he's just
We
one.
have bitten
du-
off more
de-
than we can chew.
Devoed.
Devote.
Devode.
Okay, there's two O's and they're pronounced differently. My brain sees
It's
says
so annoying.
Dovode.
Devote.
Devote.
Devote. Devote's, yeah. A
And there's
devote.
only one left.
That we know of.
Destabilizing everyone. Yeah, what if Roger Jones becomes president? It's not like he has all any ulterior motives. It's not like he's involved in all
He
that
wants
shit.
supers gone.
Because what happens if supers are gone?
No.
Nothing can stand in his way.
It's a big power vacuum.
In Carl's head, he thinks, but there's the
Alright.
Carl
Carl,
flashes
talk
back to
about
that
this.
6-hour talk. Hey, Carl, let's talk you through the
So
American
Carl,
public
even though
system.
they might be good people, they
Yeah.
put on the shirt every day.
Yeah, yeah.
You
no.
know?
So, how do we stop that?
How do you stop that?
Does it really just come down to killing that devoted dude? If he's like
That
the guy
could be a
behind it?
big step.
Well, you think about it like, so I've been watching a lot of the Superman movies. I think they're really, really cool. And you know, like Superman's always like, we can't hurt people. He's like super, super good. But then the Man of Steel movie, he has to kill Zod because he knows that he'll never be able to stop him. And in order to save countless lives, he has to take one. And I just kind of think like maybe Merver or Mervy is our Zod, you know?
You just made me have to canonize DC Comics in this world.
No, it was already canonized because of the creep that based himself off of Joker, yeah?
Binky. No, he was like a...
No, it wasn't Binky, it's some other dude, isn't it?
No. Daddy Longlegs was a creep. Binky is a Joker-esque fanatic. It's not technically Joker. It's the idea of like, oh, a killer clown having an ultimate enemy. Very similar to Batman. Now, I have to say, yes, it was Batman. I was trying to toe the line because please don't sue us. It's all parody work.
We've referenced
We make no money
so
off of
many
this.
products.
I know. One day it's all gonna come back and bite me in the
It's
ass.
gonna be
Well,
hilarious.
here's the deal.
They're all amazing products.
If you ever become sponsored, you have to start a new channel. Nat 13
that's
has to
the
be put to
problem. Is
side.
the Nat 13, I will have to like dissolve and make it the natural higher than 12. I don't know. Like, higher than 12, lower than 14.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut that conversation.
Sorry. Moving on.
Moving on. This is where yes, the plan comes in.
Jeez.
If the goal is this, there's so much going on with this kind of Zod. How do you stop that? You could go look around Scarlet Industries, or Scarlet Incorporated. You could follow the paper trail into Saffron Holdings. You could even start in the other ones. Both Rainforest and Violet stores are also big stuff. Rainforest is huge, right? Like that's I won't say an obvious one. You know almost everything there could to be known about Rainforest because everyone does, right? Like they've got their plants, they got their CEO. Everything's pretty open.
There's just the big gaping hole in everything that we need to know.
It's capitalism.
I can't even
The orange is capital.
freaking orange.
What's the
Okay, I
big
feel
old...
like we can maybe get to orange through paper trails
Yes.
in Saffron. And I mean, there's no way of me actually knowing my dad is tied to orange.
Also, I'm not trying to metagame, but one of the most important rules that I biffed was about looking into the Olympics and foreign relations.
Yeah.
Maybe orange has something to do with that.
Yeah, it could be something to do with the disappearances, because that was something, and
Maybe
then
orange is like
you're
the government.
disappearing, and then
Yeah.
me disappearing, and him disappearing, and other people
My
disappearing.
dad disappearing.
Your dad disappearing. Is there a
Maybe
disappearing company?
They just disappear people. It's like
I mean,
that's-
doesn't
yeah.
every-
I feel
military
like
have
I
special
have to
ops?
allow this just because there is something that has happened in sessions that no one has yet realized but is there. I will allow a group history check. I'll let you know it's a terribly high DC, and don't feel bad if you don't hit it because there's still stuff I will give you. There's something that has yet to be brought up that I feel like as a DM should be something your characters would at least like, hey, what about blank?
23.
23, it's pretty good.
I rolled a cocked die twice, so let me just retry.
14.
14?
14.
14? Oh, 214, it's not bad. 14?
14? 3 14.
3 14?
21.
21. No, why wasn't it 14? No, I'm kidding.
You guys are holding us down.
Hey, Carl and
We
Toast
could
Boy.
have had... Oh, Zane's
Just
Zane's
one?
Rust
member.
is gone. As soon as he told you guys, like, I'm not going back
cover.
to school, he dipped.
Zane got like an 8.
Did he-
okay.
I mean, he's reachable, but he
No,
was
I
a
wanna
kid. He
ask-
was dead during all this.
Did,
so
did
would've-
he eat his tortellinis?
You probably noticed there's a spoonful or two taken from
Okay.
it. He didn't pound it like he used to.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
take it. I'll take it. It's
On the... We'll start actually with the 14s. You 3... There's something that has happened to you all that specifically is in your mind. What is orange? What is this missing piece? What do we not yet know? everything seems to have been connected from the beginning. That raid on Miracle Enterprises, the good guys location, right? This like hospital R&D place, that was, you think, somehow planned. Doc, that villain with the needles, was supposed to be in Alcatraz, or is now in Alcatraz. Same ward and wing. On the 21-23, you both beating the next higher DC of 20 exactly. You're both sitting there. There's a piece of the puzzle that has been said involving the minute details. That if we were to go back through and just talk through everything, someone's gonna pick up on it. No one, unfortunately, beat the DC 25, which would have been more the telling. But you both have that. If we talk through everything, if we like look at our lives like a session, we're not gonna rewatch session, but in that idea of let's talk through what has happened.
Just streaming, watching,
our stream. You'll find it. It's like it's something's here. There's no other missing pieces. Like B and Dove, no other company you could infiltrate could give you any more than what you think you'd have. Because why would they? If Orange is this displaced, if there's such big gap right here, it means the gap's something we're not seeing.
Is it the justice system?
I know we jokingly said it was the Warriors, but they've done a pretty good job at keeping all
What's
of us
What's the color of the Warriors logo again?
They
Once
said no
again, the
color.
Warriors, they really don't have a... It's kind of just like a simple like black W that they just... They don't like logos because they don't want to be an official like... They're like, the second we make logos, we become armies and
Is
occupying forces.
Orange something that my Earth comrades don't know of because it's not on Earth, it's in space?
Could be. But what's coming from space?
Well,
because it's not
Oh,
orange coming
yeah.
from her eyes. It's like red.
It's red, for sure. That's and that's more Scarlet.
because there's also
So
that
Scarlet could
random,
be more that space.
that random
Hey guys,
bomb
what was the main god that the Mayans
scanner
worshipped?
thing.
Quetzalcoatl. Well, he's one of them. He's the only one that. No, that's Aztec.
Aztec.
I don't know.
They worship the god of the sun.
I want to say the sun was like Tlaloc,
Alec, yeah.
which is probably not good pronunciation.
I mean, granted, a lot of early all across civilization, we've always worshipped the sun because it helps us grow our crops and our food. Do you
I
think?
don't
am
think
I
You
a
have.
sun?
Yeah, Zane will be like, yeah, I mean, most people worship the sun. I mean, it's kind of a thing.
Is it an energy company? No.
But there's no big energy companies are too widespread. Those are very local. Like that would be true deep state if all the energy companies are working together. But it's
well,
like
no, but like, for like, if it is solar,
Yeah.
like most of those are connected. There's only really two big companies,
Yeah.
and one of them is a orange logo.
so something solar, something energy related. You're all so close.
Oil companies?
It's not oil.
Solar
It's
power.
solar energy, solar
Are we-
power. And I'll just give you though, if it's not electronic
Man-made
solar power, I mean, violet shores already exist, right? I mean, that's kind of that obvious,
What
like.
else makes this Earth go round?
The moon.
Well, the moon.
Is it thermal energies?
Nukes.
Like-
Nuclear?
Is it
well, like
like the
magma,
scorpion
like
tail
lava,
thing?
lava, like thermal, like if they're using Earth's,
The Earth.
not its core in essence, but like yeah, it's
I'm
It's
doing. I
magnetic
love
fields
this DM kind of thing. Colder? This is what I can say. Like,
Getting colder?
I without just telling you, and I don't want to make
Is
you roll
this
for it because I
even
don't
a thing
think
that was in
Ocean?
a session that I was here for? Like, how
all of
old
you were
is
here
this?
for it. This is something everyone has had interactions with.
It's like
Ocean.
pulling out the deep memories.
Are there meta abilities on other? Well, yeah, there are because I'm.
You're a meta, Carl.
Wait,
But is it a higher rate here?
is it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of supers here. A lot of people with powers.
Because I'm like the sun emits a lot of.
You know, the Earth
radiation.
is
like
a
maybe
Goldilocks
San
planet. That the
Francisco.
fact that in our solar system that it created that we have the perfect conditions for us to thrive.
I will say this.
It's
We're going to make this
from the
Box of Doom, because if we
beginning.
can't get it, I will say it's something we'll have to remain out on. In this Box of Doom roll, there are specific people that will be allowed to make the check. Ready for this? One of them is Carl.
Okay. Do we all want to roll at the same time, or do we want to do it like
I think
Line
we're
style.
going to do
Mass
a line
box
style.
of doom.
It's a mass Box of Doom.
everybody just Beyblade?
Let it rip!
I choose you.
What's going to happen is this.
Oh, what die do I want to use?
It's everyone's rolling, but it's different. Carl, you are going to be rolling a history check. Excuse me, Eaglet. It is history for you.
Space.
Final frontier.
No, that's
Psyche, the roll you'll be making is Arcana. Thwack, you will be making a... No, you'll be making a history check as well. Wow. Cabaret, you'll be making a perception check.
Perception.
I got a plus
Who wants to go to the Box of Doom first?
Sorry, so Carl does history.
Carl is going to do history.
That's such a bummer for me.
And I will say this, wild that Rust isn't here, because Rust would have been making a roll too.
Should we call Rustin? Fill him in?
It's up to you, team leader.
I'm gonna call Rustin. All hands on deck for this
All
one.
hands on deck. Rust, they fill you in.
We're on the cusp
Russ,
of
you'll be making
something.
history with advantage.
Is it the
Jellyfish?
ocean?
Here we go, gang. Who wants to go to the Box of Doom first?
Eeny, meeny,
I'll
miny.
rip off the band-aid.
Okay.
Unless someone really does want to go first. I kind of just want to get it over with.
What if we
Here
just
we
do
go.
it all at the same time? If we
I
keep our
can't. No,
checks
all
in
at the same
box?
time. We
Come
would
on.
have Box of Doom. It's a sanctified space, one at a time.
And I have +2 to Arcana.
Plus do this, Arcana. Here we go. 21. That's really good. Doesn't beat the DC.
25.
Who wants to go next?
We'll get it out of the way.
Because I don't love just always dumping rolls.
Actually, I only get +3 to history, so I think the only way for me to get this would be an at 20.
Okay. Say 16.
So that gives me
19.
19.
Okay. Next.
Oi.
Cabaret, you coming up?
I have a +6, so what? 19 or
A
higher.
19 could hit it.
You got this.
In the Box of Doom, here we go. Holy space.
I've always been kind to
Holy
you.
space.
I
Holy-
made you.
Yeah, I made. I am your creator. Okay. That's rough. That's rough.
We could use my inspiration.
It would
It's a
have to be
group.
for yourself.
Oh, okay.
Well, because these things, each of you have a different thing.
Yeah.
Well, or
I was trying to
close.
put the pieces together based on what we were rolling.
Well,
Yeah.
so I'm
Because
trying to
It's
figure out.
history for
a bunch of people,
a
but
bunch
a
of
few
us.
people have
Arcana for me.
Arcana or Perception.
Arcana and then perception.
I'm trying to think, like, going back to the beginning, what were we all here for that we've all interacted with?
Taylor, you want to go next?
Was it that gold thing at the very beginning?
The gold disc.
No, we talked about that. And
Talk about the gold
Talk
disc.
about the gold disc.
Could be the gold disc.
We talked about
Is that a DN being like, no, it couldn't be, or like
I don't-
legitimately like
I
we've
don't
ruled
even
that
remember what this.
I think
gold
we've ruled
thing
the
is.
gold disc was what Doc was trying to steal in
That
the
was
game.
our
The
session
very-
zero
our
fight.
very
A
first
gold disc
session
is it's too open. Gold could help anything. These gold discs, what they make,
There's-
basically, it's the
Should I
new computer
go
arms
since you
race
have
of like this is
3?
the new processor. Here we go, Thwack.
Boo.
That rolled so much.
I'm gonna do Carl first.
Carl first.
He has a -1, so it literally has to be an at 20.
14
Okay.
for 13.
Oh, sorry, tooth.
Nope.
And then I'm gonna roll twice for this.
Okay.
Oh, it is back in there.
Oh gosh.
No. I did not make either of those.
Because we
DM.
had nuclear stuff.
So I'm trying to, going back, what have we all
You've-
interacted with from the earlier
You've said stuff
sessions?
about solar. You've said stuff about nuclear. You said stuff about power. Power's been
Magic.
brought up a lot.
glamour
Meta
crystals.
energy.
We've all had our little
Is it-
glamour crystals.
I'm almost thinking like radiation.
What
of
I
some
will
sort.
give you off of all your rolls, I still, even though it was separate, I had a bit of a group thing going on. I'll give you this. what are the pieces that still seem disconnected?
Rainforest is the biggest.
We
There's no.
never did anything with that that weird language that was on the bomb.
No, we never understood the language on the bomb.
Or the weird translator thing that we thought we got to that you would know something about, but we never brought it up with you.
Translator?
Yeah, that. Or was that the bomb thing?
What was the bomb?
What?
When
Bomb
you
in a
guys
guy's
were out of
vest
the
in a
movies.
language when you left Earth.
Yeah.
We all died.
You
So
all-
I wasn't like there
Weren't
though.
there.
So this is information that I don't have.
a
Okay,
bomb
so
in a
then you
language no one could understand.
Not even Carl.
Not even Carl.
I
wasn't
wrote
there.
down the symbols.
You wrote down the symbols.
I did. If you want to go back through the
Yeah.
sections, I said I'm writing down the symbols I
So
saw and I
can
put
you
them in
show
the
I
them
took a
to our
picture
of it.
friends here.
You bring up the
Does that
symbols.
Mean anything
This
to either of
links
us?
one thing, because both of you know this is no alien language. But damn it, Dr. Bellamy, if that's not an ancient language.
Okay. Does that have something to do with the same language that was on the walls of where I was at?
Very much so. But
Okay.
that temple was to
Weird alien Mayan god things.
Gods,
but
right,
the
Russ?
Devote were once called gods.
Gods.
They were.
Devotes?
something with power, and someone was really close. Because Dove, there is a lot dealing with the sun and gods. And to harken back to that one shot that happened so long ago, does anyone remember why you guys all teamed up in the first place?
The pyramids. The goddamn pyramids. There was something happening at the pyramids and every single hero went.
There was something happening at the pyramids.
With old resurrected gods, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there?
Pyramids, like the
Egypt.
Egypt.
They were trying to
pyramids.
resurrect Egyptian gods, it sounded like. And
Well, they were all
Which-
chilling. We got the distress
They're
signal from
trying
the
to
other place.
resurrect all the
So like Ra,
Dodes or
Akhenaten,
whatever?
What are we
Oh,
Devotes.
guys, he
Devotes.
said I was a chrysalis. I might be. Am I gonna be a body for a god to enter into?
Just 4 iron red pyramid.
depends. I'll give this. Zane will, because
His
I, as Zane,
perception.
would have had this thought, pulling up some of these archive files. Interesting group. They said the name of this group that the warriors had to go fight. Bunch of freaky magical sorcerers. They're called the Master Mages.
Oh,
Oh well,
Master mages.
yeah.
Mages of the master. Come on.
That
What's the color symbol for the master mages? Is it orange?
what do you think?
it's orange.
It's
Okay.
orange. It's basically their
So
special
that's
ops
magic,
division.
though.
It's their magic division.
Dr. Bellamy. What were those dudes' robes?
Oh, a bunch of orange mages that sacrificed you.
Bunch of orange.
I'm gonna give this just because I'm nice. You saw one face.
I did.
Someone who spoke perfect English. Someone who didn't look like they were from South America.
Roger Jones.
Wasn't Roger Jones.
Well,
This,
no, I would assume it would.
this man had much.
Was it your dad?
B, do you want to pull up a picture? If you can find one of your dad.
Oh.
It was
Did
your
I even
dad.
have a picture of my dad? He's a black man. That's
That sounds very bad. Just saying, but yeah.
like that's.
Dude, I think your dad killed me.
Oh, that's dark.
And B, on the A team from earlier,
I think he's a magician, wizard,
your dad
master, wizard,
left.
master mage.
Vanish told you that you, even before your dad left, there was something about you. What would happen if a man obsessed with experimenting on his own children in a scientific way then used magic on them, they wouldn't register as a metahuman under a metacuff, would they? They would have powers, unexplainable, wild, powerful stuff, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Your father wouldn't appear anywhere on any records, because he's not a scientist anymore, is he?
No, he's like some friggin' Illuminati
Wizard. The Master Mage.
Dude in a robe.
Master Mage.
Oh, I know this is like a freaking bombshell moment in all of our heads, but when we Trojan Horse, what was his name? Frick. Hector Winthrop. There were a lot of emails to a Mr. V. We can come to that later. I just wanted to throw it out there for you guys so we can.
Did your dad's name start with D?
No, Mr. V,
Oh.
as in Mer V.
My dad's name. I'll scroll for it. Leroy Palmer is my dad.
So I feel like there's still something we're missing in this.
Well, if my dad was the one who sacrificed you,
Yes.
that gives us an insight into who Orange.
A power gap. That's what you said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, power vacuum.
What can
Ready to
fill
be
a power
filled.
vacuum?
Hour.
A devote.
Resurrected devotes.
Or
Are they trying to?
devote possessing people.
Yeah. So
If you've got a chrysalis, if you've got creatures, if you've got magic, if you've got the world at your fingertips, and you have a puppet ready to become the leader of the free world, what else more perfect to fill it than gods? That's where we're going to end tonight's session. Thank you all so much for playing. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.